It's December at War Memorial Stadium. That means one thing: high school football state championship games. 6 teams will take home the coveted trophy.
Blocked and wide open for the touchdown. Wow.
The journey began months ago. The path was full of bumps, bruises, and blood. But all roads lead to the Rock and a chance to make history.
The Mount Ida Lions are the 2A state champions.
Fearless Friday and Fidelity Local 6 are proud to bring you the 2017 High School Football State Championship Games.
Here 3 times, and twice it came down to a kick, and it's an opportunity to for one guy to make a play and one guy not to make a play, but you've got to go out there and make it small, and aim small and miss small, and I think that's what a lot of these football teams go into that mindset with, but I'm glad they went ahead and made it a regular goalpost.
I need to play golf with you, because when I get in those tight fairways, all of a sudden it becomes harder to hit that tight fairway.
You
give me a wide open fairway.
Me or Buck.
Well, we're watching the kickers, and he just nailed one from 32, now from 37, and that one was good too. So Bentonville kicker, keep an eye on, maybe a weapon for North Little Rock. We got Savannah Melton, and she's had some impressive stats this season. She has made 7 of 10 field goals, 54 of 57 extra points. Here's how they got here. The Bentonville Tigers started off the season beating Rockhurst and losing to Rockhurst, actually. They beat Bixby, lost to Conway. That should be an L next to their name. But then they got it going, winning 9 straight. And we'll skip the next line when they played Fayetteville, and we'll skip the last line when they played Bryant. But obviously something happened with this team. What happened? What do you guys think after the first 3 games and they got into conference play? What changed for Bentonville?
Well, I think it was Nathan Lyons. It was the quarterback play. They'd turned the ball over the first few games and they'd struggled. Wes, don't forget Bixby. They beat Bixby. Bixby got beat last night in the state championship in Oklahoma. So Bixby's a powerhouse over in the Oklahoma area and have been for 3 or 4 years. But I think Nathan Lyons, and he quit turning the ball over. They started letting him use his legs a little bit. He's getting the ball to Cameron Mays Hunt, which is never a bad thing. And their offensive line is good enough to keep the chains moving. So I think it goes back to not turning it over, and they've always played great defense, but I think Nathan Lyons has really had an incredible 9-game run.
Nathan Lyons is signed to play baseball for the Little Rock Trojans, and I talked with the Trojans head coach earlier, and he feels like they got a steal of a baseball player, says Nathan Lyons is a great young man, and they are so excited to have him as a part of their baseball team. All right, Bentonville's heading into the locker room. North Little Rock's already in there, so let's take a look at the Charge of Wildcats schedule. All W's on that schedule. They started out non-conference beating Maumelle, McClellan, who will play for the 5A state title later tonight, and Parkview 29-20, and then they got into conference play. Conway, Bryant, you guys played them closer than anybody. Coach James, tell us about the Charging Wildcats.
Well, they're a team that lost a lot of guys over the summer. They lost a lot of starters last year to graduation, and they had to find themselves a little bit at the beginning of the year, and really had to redefine their defense. But Coach Mitchell has done a great job. Offensively, they're very powerful. They've got a lot of weapons, but defensively was the thing that he was worried about the most, and those guys have matured throughout the season, and probably one of the stronger defenses in the state at this point through good coaching and high expectations.
How tough is that? Because we've talked to Jamie Mitchell all year round, and he said their offense, he was good with offense. He's worried about the defense. We saw what they did last week against Conway. Their defense is playing really well. How does a coach do that week after week to get that defense to get better? Well,
I think that's the thing. The teams that play this time of year have gotten better every week, and I think Coach James said last night when we were talking that North Little Rock just keeps getting better, defensively. Young guys, they have athletic guys, they have physical guys, and they have just gotten better each and every week. The thing I think with Bentonville today against North Little Rock is that for the 7A West, we don't see this. We don't see somebody line up in the I formation and run power downhill. We don't see a belly G. This is completely out of our element. So in preparation and the physicalness of the game, it's going to be neat to watch how Bentonville has adjusted from the scrimmage game to where we are today.
We're just getting started. Coming up next, we'll hear from North Little Rock's head coach. We'll hear from Bentonville's head coach, and we'll get back here in the booth and get you set for kickoff. Stick around. It's the 7A pregame show brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Being local, being part of the town. is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
It's just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
You know, within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Welcome back to our pregame show. We're going to talk about the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats now. Jamie Mitchell joins us. Coach, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
How's it feel to be back? Second straight year.
Well, this doesn't ever get old, you know. I've been in this a long time. I think this is my 5th one, but, you know, they're so different than any other game you ever get to play in. They are so special and so select. What a blessing to be here, no question.
Was that something that drove this team all year to get back here?
Yeah, you know, I think every year is different, you know, but, man, when you get there and you don't finish it, it certainly creates a little more incentive and want to. And, you know, but I think every year is different. This is a different football team, different year, different players. But, you know, they were so eager to try to get back onto this stage.
What was it like in the locker room last Friday night, when you won and beat Conway, and they knew they were coming back to War Memorial?
Well, that's been our goal, you know, and what a party it was. I'll be the first one to tell you, man. Our kids enjoy winning. They never take that for granted. And I told them, you know, every win's important, man, but when you win a semifinal, let's enjoy that. Let's not take the shine off of that, and let's not get ready right now, you know. And that's been our goal all week, is not to be ready today, but to be ready Saturday at 12.
That was an impressive win over Conway, because I thought Conway was playing really good football, and you guys took control of that game. What did you like with what you saw out of your team against Conway?
You know, man, we were really aggressive, and offensively, I thought we went out and made some big explosive plays early on. David Chappell just played lights out, couldn't have played any better. And, man, defensively, they just kept giving us the ball. And, you know, offensively, we got in a great rhythm and got on a great roll. And it just got away from them in a hurry, and thank goodness it did, because that got us back into this game.
Well, on the other side of the bracket, Bentonville was pretty impressive too. They took care of a good Bryant team. What do you see out of Bentonville that worries you, or maybe you like it? At least maybe you don't like it so much this week, but what do you like about Bentonville?
Well, you mentioned it. They destroyed Bryant, and Bryant's the best football team we've played by far. And they made it look very easy against Bryant. So certainly have got our attention to the fullest. You know, we know they're going to be a great coached football team. They'll have a great plan. Played them a couple of years ago, my first year here. Played them this fall in a jamboree. We know what we're getting into. They're going to be a tremendous foe. They're going to be as good offensively as anybody we've seen. I think they've got the best wide receiver in the state. The quarterback's a guy that's just a catalyst for them. Does a great job of running the show. And defensively, man, they just create opportunities. So it'll take our very best effort without a question, but that's the way it ought to be in this game.
What has Bentonville tried to get accomplished offensively? What are we going to see?
I think they're very multiple and very balanced. Number 2 is a best wide receiver. They're going to try to get him the football and make explosive plays with him. They're very much like us. They want to establish the run and play action off of that, and they do a great job with that. Very similar to us in some ways with motions and shifts, but different in the spread concept that they use, but very, very efficient.
So trenches, we need to keep an eye on that. Who's setting the line of scrimmage on both sides?
I think that's where it'll be decided. If we can get going in our running game and we can contain the quarterback a little bit, I think we'll play extremely well. If we struggle there, we're going to struggle. But I feel good about that. Our offensive line is one of the best that I think we could ask for, and they've done a great job all year long. And thank goodness our defensive front's come around, and they're playing very well too.
Is that the most pleasant surprise for you out of this year, your defense and the way it's really come on at the end of the year?
Without a question. Those guys, just so many guys that didn't play last year, didn't know about them, and so many of those guys have really come through and done some great things for us, and we're playing great defense.
All right, special teams. He doesn't usually get a lot of love, but at War Memorial Stadium, I've seen some crazy things on kickoffs, punts, field goals, extra points. How big is that this week?
In any game of this magnitude, it's going to be critical. You've got to be able to to play great offense, great defense, and the third phase of that, special teams. And we put a lot of emphasis on that, just as well as Bentonville does. We got to be great in the return game. We got to be great in the coverage game, and our specialists have got to be spot on.
Coach, we appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. Best of luck. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Jamie Mitchell joining us. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Bentonville Tigers. Stick around for your pregame show.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action,
And customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the Internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
Welcome back to the 7A pregame show. We got Jody Grant, head coach of the Bentonville Tigers, with us now. Coach, let's start with North Little Rock. What do you see on tape when you watch those guys? What concerns you a little bit?
Well, obviously their athleticism and their size. They're a very well-disciplined football team, and what they do really on both sides of the ball. One thing about North Little Rock is, they're going to come off the ball hard, they're going to run the ball hard, and they're doing things right. I think that's a testament to their coach and their coaching staff. They do a great job there, but obviously you got to be aware of their athleticism, and that's why they're in the position that they're in.
Are you two similar teams, style-wise, kind of want to do the same thing offensively?
I would say there's something to that. I think they're a little bit more power run game than we are. We want to run the football, but they're going to line up in two 21, 22 personnel and absolutely pound the ball, where we'll do a little more RPO stuff. But I think very similar philosophies in how we want to operate offensively.
Last week we saw some of their highlights against Conway, and they were able to do it with some play-action pass, and they were able to run the ball. Offensively, from what you've seen, are they clicking at the right time?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt they looked really, really good against Conway, and they threw a lot of they threw 2 touchdowns early on in that game to their tight end and did some good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think they're clicking real good. My theory is if you're playing at this point, everybody's clicking and that's just the truth. If you're playing for a state championship, you're clicking in all phases, both teams, whoever's playing.
What do you see out of North Little Rock defensively?
Well, just pure speed and athleticism. I'm very impressed with they tackle well. They just fly to the football. We scrimmaged them earlier in the year, and that's the one thing we left with is how impressed we were about the way they fly to the ball.
All right, let's talk about your guys now. Let's start with your quarterback, Nathan Lyons. I think it's interesting. You got a baseball player going to Little Rock at your quarterback, and then you got Cameron Bass-Hunt, your wide receiver, going to play. You got any other baseball players playing football?
Yeah, actually, our tight end is committed to the University of Arkansas. So we stole all our guys from our baseball team, but it's been a good thing. No, listen, our quarterback is played phenomenal, and he's a phenomenal athlete, and he's doing some good things for us. He had a rough start to the year, and it was probably due to just lack of taking snaps at quarterback. He played receiver for us the last 2 years. I mean, he was our backup quarterback, but didn't take any significant snaps. And so, once we got some games under his belt, he's done real well. He went through the 7A West without throwing an interception.
Wow.
And that's hard to do, because we play some good defenses. So, he's operated and led our team as you'd want a quarterback to do.
I was looking at your running back numbers. It looked like 3 different guys. I know injury's been a factor. What's the plan for running back against North Little Rock?
Well, our plan's going to have to be just running back by committee. We're going to start a sophomore, Preston Crawford, who we've started in the playoffs. We lost our starting back, Easton Miller, in week 10 to a leg injury. And so we're going to go with our sophomore, but senior Joey Escamilla will get some carries. And we'll go with those 2 guys. We've got some young guys that will maybe get some carries just depending on how the game goes. That's how we've kind of made a decision to be, is going to go by committee and figure out who's got the hot hand.
Do you go into a game thinking, I got to get Cameron Bass-Hunt X amount of touches, no matter where it is? Is that kind of the plan? You got to get him some touches.
Yes, I think if we left a game and looked back and didn't get him the right amount of touches, we'd be kicking ourselves the rest of the year on something like that. So, I mean, he's a dynamic athlete, and he's got to get touches. We've got to find him ways to get the football in his hands, and that's the way we've operated all year, and it shouldn't change.
I had Buck James on my radio show earlier this week, and he said playing and preparing for you guys, he was really concerned about special teams. What does special teams mean to your group?
Well, we start every team meeting with the special teams. We emphasize special teams, and we take pride in being great in that area. And we try to do a lot of stuff to make people have to work on it. And so we've got our kids understanding that you can win and lose football games through special teams, because it happens. And so we take it very serious.
We heard from some of your seniors earlier this week, and they talked about what it meant to them, the senior class, to be back. They didn't want to be that class that didn't play in a state championship game. Was that a driving force, you think, throughout the year?
Yeah, we talk about that with our guys a lot, just what type of legacy they want to leave, because it's important. We've, as we've basically flipped Bentonville's program from even, to when Coach Lunny first got there, in the last, really since 2008, which was the first state championship that we won here, that I was a part of with Coach Lunny. And every class from then has had the opportunity to come here and play for a state championship. And this was going to be a group that if they didn't do that, that wasn't going to happen. And we talked about that all year, is what, the legacy that they leave for those behind them, and how important it is, and how important it's been to those guys that have laid the foundation that these guys get this opportunity.
How about you personally, to be here as a head coach now?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's good stuff. A lot of people ask me that, and I'm blessed to have taken over a great program and worked for a great guy, and ultimately have a great staff with some kids that can really play some football. So I think sometimes I get maybe a little more credit than I deserve, but it's about these kids, and I'm mostly excited just that they're going to get the opportunity of a lifetime here, and hopefully we'll take care of business, and they can take some away that they'll cherish forever.
All right, give our viewers something to watch for as they're watching the game, that they can see, okay, this team's doing this or this team's doing that. They got a chance to win this game. What do they need to be watching for?
Well, I think it really is going to boil down to running the football for both sides of both teams. If we're running the football with some success, that's a good thing. If they're running from the football with success and we're unable to stop it, that's going to be a good thing for them. It's about stopping the run for both defenses, I believe. And then the playmakers. We got to get our guys, our playmakers the ball, and we got to stop their playmakers from having big plays. And I think it'd be the same on the other side.
Coach, thank you. We appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Stick around. We'll get you set for kickoff when we come back.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
Just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
You know, within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. It's our pregame show getting you set for North Little Rock and Bentonville. Checking out the Yarnell's Ice Cream Field Goal Contest. We did give away 3 different year supply of Yarnell's Ice Cream. We found some kickers out there. Ben Creighton's down on the field. I'm joined by Buck James and Billy Dawson, and we'll talk more about North Little Rock and Bentonville in a few minutes. Let's go down to the sideline and introduce our 4th member of the crew, Ben Creighton. Ben, this is absolutely beautiful weather for December 2nd. Are you kidding me, at War Memorial Stadium?
Well, it's a lot better than when I was on the sidelines for the Pulaski Academy win game last year. You remember that? It was freezing, and it was just a torrential downpour, so I can't complain about this weather either. But one change North Little Rock and Bentonville will be happy with this year for the state championship games are, of course, the goalposts. I'm told they've been extended 6 to 8 feet this year, as opposed to previous years when teams playing here at War Memorial Stadium had to kick on college goalposts. In fact, earlier in the week, North Little Rock head coach Jamie Mitchell said he wanted to applaud whoever decided to make that change, because if you remember in last year's appearance here in the state title game, kicker Savannah Melton missed a couple of extra points. So I think all of us agree, Wes, when Jamie Mitchell says, you know, you play 12 games on regular high school regulation goalposts, you should be able to play on the same goalpost here in the championship game.
Great point, Ben. And I can tell you the story behind it. It started with the coaches. The coaches all got together, and when they talked to War Memorial Stadium about the championship games, they said everything's great, except for one thing. We need goalposts for the high school kickers. And War Memorial Stadium, to give them credit, they went out and bought these brand-new goalposts and put them up this week, and now they're kicking on high school goalposts for the biggest game of their life. It only makes sense. So kudos to you guys for telling them what you wanted, and then kudos to War Memorial Stadium for stepping up and getting the new goalposts. I want to talk a little bit about the Charger Wildcats offense before we get ready for kickoff. We got 7 minutes and 40 seconds before the kickoff. The running attack. That's kind of what gets North Little Rock going, isn't it? They run it, and then they'll hit you with a little play-action pass. What gets this North Little Rock offense going? What is it about their running game that makes it successful?
Well, they're very similar to Bentonville. They run the quick toss. That's their bread and butter. Then the power running right at the defenses, and then really they got a fullback they can give the ball to off the fake toss, and then the quarterback is a great runner as well off the bootlegs off the sweep. So they got a lot of options, but the thing they can do this year probably better than ever is they can throw the football way down the field. They got 3 receivers that can flat go get the football, and you have to cover the field 50 yards wide and 50 yards deep with those guys.
Aaron Griffin, one of the wide receivers, Deontay Montgomery, and then don't forget about the tight end, Andrew Martin. He had 2 huge plays last week early in the game and basically was uncovered. It was a little play-action pass. I guess the safety's thinking he's going to block. He runs down the field, and he was wide open for 2 touchdowns early in the game against Conway. Coach, when you can run it, and you can run it, and you can run it, and you hit that play-action pass, how tough is it for a defense?
Well, it is, and that's why you see the tight end wide open some. They're so good off the C-gap edge, running the G scheme and running the toss that tight end gets loose on you down there. And like Buck said, I've seen them on film a couple of times, and not only can they throw it down the field, but those guys can go get it. They're very athletic out there, and they can make some 50-50 balls, 75-25 balls because of their athleticism.
And David Chappell, he's the guy, their quarterback, who's running the show. Coach Mitchell said he's the guy who's gotten better and better and better and better each week, and now he's just so proud of how much he has progressed this year. And Chappell's put up 1,700 yards passing and 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This is interesting. North Little Rock's -5 in turnovers. You wouldn't think that. And I know sometimes you get some blowout games, maybe some mercy rule, and you're putting in some backups, and maybe that's where this stat comes from. But it just struck me as odd, a team in a state championship game like North Little Rock is -5 in turnovers.
Well, they're big and strong, and when you're big and strong, you can hang on to most things, and when you're big and strong, you can knock things away. So them being a physical football team, what they have to practice against, what they play, how they play, has a lot to do with that.
Let me ask you about the running back, Brandon Thomas, the feature back. I know Oscar Attaway had some injuries. He'll get some carries. Tyler Day, the big fullback, or the fullback that you were talking about, not necessarily a big fullback, but what do you think about these running backs, Brandon Thomas, Oscar Attaway, Tyler Day?
Well, they're better after contact. They run extremely hard. When they hit linebackers, they're full speed, and you really have to wrap up on them. I'm really impressed with how hard they run. I mean, I think people are going to be amazed at when they hit the line of scrimmage, how hard they hit it. Then after contact, how much they keep running and keep getting yards after the contact. That would be probably the biggest key in the game, is the yards after contact, that these guys will be able to tackle them, because when we played Bentonville, they were great one-on-one tacklers.
We're looking at the North Little Rock captains. There's the quarterback, David Chappell. You have Dennis Carroll, the center for the Charging Wildcats, and Sullivan Selhorst, an offensive captain, offensive lineman. Bentonville captains are coming out on the field also, so we'll have the coin toss here in a few minutes. Coach Dawson, when we were talking about North Little Rock's offense, all right, how about Bentonville's defense?
They're going to be a 3-front. Angel Guerrero in the middle is their guy. He's the nose. They're going to move him around a little bit. He'll play some shade technique, but they've been a 3-front defense for years and years. And Guerrero's the guy inside. He is their guy that frees up the Ritchie kid at linebacker and some of those guys to make some plays. But North Little Rock's going to have to take care of the nose and work to the edge. I think it's a C-gap game, Buck. I think it's a C-gap and wider game for North Little Rock, and that'll give them an opportunity to double Guerrero.
Captains for Bentonville, you see number 3, Jaden Loudermilk. You also have Carson Little and Tyler Simon. The 4th captain for Bentonville, Riley Martin. And I think I got one of those numbers right. Actually, Easton Miller, another one of the captains for Bentonville. Easton Miller, a running back who was injured earlier this season and hasn't carried the ball in the playoffs. I know they were hoping to get him back, and I was told it would be a game-time decision, so we may see Easton Miller out there. At least he's out there for the coin toss, and maybe because he's a senior, they want to get him out there. He's still a captain, a leader of the team, so we'll keep an eye and see if we see Easton Miller out there.
He's a big physical guy, and
I think we see our answer, don't we? He's walking and not running off the field. Got a little limp.
I know when Buck and those guys played him, they didn't get to see Easton, but they saw him on film, and he's a downhill runner, real physical, kind of what Bentonville is. And then they went to the Crawford kid, and they get a little shake and bake, Buck.
They're a very powerful football team without doubt, and like Billy said, the nose man is a great player, but this is going to be a game that's won in the trenches, and I think setting the edge is going to be a key factor for both football teams, how well they run the ball off tackle or out in C-gap. I think that's going to be a tremendous advantage for the team that can do that and a tremendous advantage for the team that can stop it.
The teams are in the tunnel. They're ready to run out on the field. The Bentonville Tigers to our left. The American flag, got a couple of big B flags ready to run out in the very opposite corner. The North Little Rock Charging Wildcats are in the tunnel. Maybe a little waiting game. Is this a little game behind the game, trying to figure out who's going to come out first? Here come the Charging Wildcats. They're walking out casually, and now the Charging Wildcats come out onto the field. Now the Bentonville Tigers join them. We are less than 2 minutes away from kickoff, and we are all set for this 7A state championship game. Guys, I was talking about the game. I didn't even see who won. Did y'all see who won the toss? Who's getting the ball?
I didn't either.
Do you like? All right, so Bentonville gets it first. You like getting the ball first? What's your philosophies?
I like to play defense first. I like to, this is a little bit of a win game, so I would like to kick it away from the clock and let our defense get down there and try to get a stop and then get the ball somewhere in midfield and then be able to get the ball back in the second half first. I think that's a huge advantage.
Coach Dawson, how much does experience for North Little Rock help them? Being here last year, losing in that game, they all told us it inspired them in the offseason workouts. You guys were here last year when you were with Russellville and defeated Greenwood. Well, Greenwood we saw last night, and they talked about that experience. They've been here twice and lost. They didn't want it to happen a third time. What do you think experience for North Little Rock means?
Well, I think it's huge. I just think the atmosphere, playing in War Memorial Stadium, which they may have done previously, and you can say what you want, but this year playing on Saturday is different, Buck. It's different for your schedule. It's different for your routine. A noon game, everything's different. So, but I think last year definitely helps, and they had some kids that played for them last year. The coaches are back, and that's still a young staff, Buck. Been together 2 or 3 years, so for them to get back is an amazing accomplishment.
The Tigers set to receive the kickoff. They've got Preston Crawford back there, Cameron Mays-Hunt, Harrison Campbell. We haven't talked much about Cameron Mays-Hunt. He's one of their guys, maybe the guy. He and Lyons, they're going to try to get Cameron Mays-Hunt the ball as many times as they can.
Well, no doubt. And this guy here, if you watch the big games they played this year, he was vital in being able to big kicks, big returns. He sets the tone for their offense, and he's definitely a guy you've got to be careful of, and he can change a game in a heartbeat.
And don't be shocked, Wes, you see him on defense as well. He'll come out and cover in third and long situations. He'll try to cover up North Little Rock's guys.
Nick Burks with the kickoff. It's a high, short kick. Bentonville will field it at about their own 17-yard line. The Charging Wildcats make the tackle at about the 30. That's where Bentonville will take over to start this 7A state championship game. Nathan Lyons, the quarterback for the Bentonville Tigers. A couple different running backs we'll see tonight. Joey Escamilla, number 22, and also Preston Crawford, number 1. Easton Miller was their leading rusher during the season, but doesn't appear like Easton Miller will be playing tonight. So keep an eye out for number 1, number 22 in the backfield with Nathan Lyons. Their go-to receiver, number 2, Cameron Mays-Hunt. We see him lining up on the near hash mark. Harrison Campbell, number 21, another receiver to keep an eye on for the Bentonville offense. Lions with the handoff on the first play of the game, and the short gain. They go off left tackle.
Well, they lined up in 2 tight ends, trying to see if they could two-gap it, and really not a surprise on what play they ran or formation, because I think they want to see what kind of gap integrity they have out there off tackle.
Kind of testing the water, a feeling out process early in this game. Lions in the backfield, shotgun formation. 1 running back to his right. He's going to roll to his right. Quick throw. And he's got Cameron Mays-Hunt. That's good enough for a first down.
2-man flood route there. Buck on a sprint out pass. Had a short flat guy, and then Cameron Mays-Hunt over the top. Kind of a smash concept and shorter route. Nice throw by Lions.
First down of the game. That brings the ball out to the 43-yard line. Lions, one running back to his left. He's going to swing it out to the running back. It's dropped. That was close. I couldn't tell if it was a lateral or not. They're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Well, that was close right there, Wes. That could have been disastrous for Bentonville if they didn't call that incomplete.
Look at the replay. Hard to tell from this angle, but Crawford just not able to bring it in. So it goes as an incomplete pass. Yeah, I was right at it. I think they got it right. I think they did. That's how close it was. 2nd and 10 for Bentonville. Just underway. First drive of the game. 11 minutes to go. Hand off to Crawford. He's coming over the right side, and Crawford picks up about 7 yards on 2nd down.
There's your play right there, Buck. Pin and pull to the outside of the tight end side. They had a tight end wing to the boundary, run pin and pull to the boundary, and they'll get you outflanked, and they do a nice job. The back does a nice job being patient, waiting on the pullers.
Cedric Kane on the tackle. It's actually a gain of 9, so that'll bring up 3rd and short for Bentonville, looking for their second first down in the opening possession. Lions with Crawford right behind him. It's a handoff to Crawford right up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Crawford inside the 40.
I'll tell you what, right now, Bentonville, there's some holes. I think he missed a hole over on the left side of the line of scrimmage. But really a lot of movement. Black shirts are moving to white shirts right now.
Great job by the offensive line, pinning the linebacker. The tackle made once, this time by Lathan Gregg. Another first down, second first down for Bentonville. Now they're inside the 40-yard line, North Little Rock territory. They're at the 38. Lions and Crawford in the backfield again. Looked like we had a little movement early. Yeah, they called it. They're going to get Bentonville for jumping a little early there.
Well, they're making the defense declare, and then they're jumping, and they're really getting the advantage that they want by that late movement, jumping their formation, and that'll definitely be something that North Little Rock will have to adjust to.
You know what, North Little Rock jumps the tight end some too, don't they, Bonk? I mean, so it's something that they've seen every day. You know, these two tight ends on a 30-front defense are tough because it may leave you a gap short. You got to walk a safety down. Bentonville's done a nice job.
So it's 1st and 15. Lions looking over the defense, rolling to his left, pitches it late, and they got a lot of room to run. Crawford inside the 20 to the 15, 10, fighting through to the 4-yard line.
Called him in man defense. Corner ran off. Great play. Right now Bentonville is dictating to what the defense should be doing for North Little Rock, and really got them off balance. And the offensive line is really winning some battles up there right now.
Two big plays, right? Both off the edge. They run the pin and pull for 9. They run the speed option outside there against man coverage. Nice play call, and that's what we talked about, getting the ball to the edge.
Crawford goes 38 yards to the 5. It's 1st and goal from the 5. It's Crawford again. Up the middle, nothing there. North Little Rock's defense steps up.
Well, they just tested the waters, came back inside, and really North Little Rock did a great job inside of making that play, and really stuffed it. And this is where it's going to be tough for Bentonville right now because the field shrinks down, and they're going to have to really muscle up in there. We'll find out who the shruggers are and who the squatters are here in just a second.
Better watch Nathan Lyons right here. Some sort of quarterback run or bootleg play down here on the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 5. Lions. Crawford to his left. Lions looking to pass. Tosses it into the end zone.
Pick route. Ran a little rub route down there, Wes, and I'm not sure that they won't get called for it right here.
They're going to talk it over, and we'll get the call from the officials.
Oh.
Pass interference on North Little Rock.
Well, there was 3 North Little Rock guys that hit each other.
They're trying to get Cameron Mays Hunt in the corner of the end zone there on a little corner route, and apparently got interfered with.
A lot of bodies colliding down there on that rub route.
Something to notice here, a pass interference in high school football is not an automatic first down, so it remains 2nd down.
Second to go, the handoff to Crawford up the middle, and he's in for the score. Preston Crawford from about 3 yards. And Bentonville's the first one to score a touchdown. First drive of the game, they march down the field and get the touchdown to take a 6-0 lead.
Well, the offensive line from Bentonville is really playing well. They're moving the ball right now. They're making them play 7 gaps. It's an adjustment. I think it's going to take a minute for North Little Rock to get used to that. Like Billy said, it's hard on those 3 front defenses to be able to do that.
Looks like that's Sam Younger, a junior, in there to kick the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. So Bentonville takes a 7-0 lead. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship game, brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action,
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth? Competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity, and cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the Internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Bentonville leads at 7-0 after their first drive. 8 minutes, 56 seconds in the first quarter. Tigers getting it done on the ground. Preston Crawford, 6 carries, 61 yards, and the touchdown. They threw it twice, 1 completed pass, and that was to Cameron Mays Hunt for 10 yards. North Little Rock Charging Wildcats ready to get to work. We got Aaron Griffin back deep. I see Deontay Montgomery. It's a low line drive bouncing kick. That's going to be Montgomery at the 10. Montgomery trying to get to the outside. Montgomery to the 25. Breaks the tackle. He's up to about the 26-yard line. That's where they'll start their first possession of the game.
What a great drive for Bentonville to start the game, Wes. Confidence-wise, when they scrimmaged back in the fall, North Little Rock kind of got the best of them. Bentonville comes in today with confidence, different football team, but what a great drive to start the game. Don't know that they could draw it up any better.
Great way to set the tone, send a message. Bam, 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 into the end zone. Chappell under center. Receiver in motion. He hands it off around the end. And short gain for North Little Rock. Tigers there to meet him in the hole.
Well, they started out in something a little new right there. They stacked up, and then they declared right before the snap, and then trying to get the ball on the edge. But looks like to me that Bentonville has definitely got everybody up close to stop the run.
Andrew Griffin looked like several of the Tigers teammates there to make the tackle. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8, ball on the 28. Chappell setting the offense. Chappell fakes the handoff. He's looking to pass. Has a receiver deep. Underthrows it just a little bit, and you got to give credit to the North Little Rock receiver, Aaron Cooney. Just batted that one down. I thought it was going to be picked off.
Started out in 20 personnel, shifted to 12 with 2 tight ends, and trying to throw a little bootleg, hit the backside tight end on a crossing route. What a nice play by the DB, and Cooney did a nice job to knock it away.
Chappell had some pressure in his face. That may have caused him to underthrow it a little bit. Couldn't quite step into it. So 3rd and 8 for North Little Rock. Chappell in the shotgun this time. Looks to his left, and it's picked off. Bentonville right there to pick it off. And the Tigers with the first turnover of the game. That's Jaden Loudermilk with the interception.
Yeah, he did a nice job sitting on it. Just a high-low route, almost a smash concept to the boundary or to the field here, and the corner did a nice job sitting in between, made the interception.
Definitely being behind the sticks like that, went empty, and then obvious passing down for them. And I tell you, they did a great job of scouting out what they do, and they really sort of robbed number 10 and making sure that they couldn't throw over his head or underneath him.
So the Tigers take over in North Little Rock territory. Lions in the shotgun. They'll snap it from about the 33. Lions rolling to his left, pitches it, and there's Preston Crawford again, and he's over the left side for another first down.
What a great block on the edge, Buck. We had the corner driven out of there 10 yards, did a nice job at receiver. Cameron Mays-Hunt out there blocking, and nice play call again, just speed option, reading the end man on the line and pitching.
Tigers having some success getting out to the outside.
They've definitely got a good game plan right now. North Little Rock's got to step up here on this and try to hold them to a field goal.
Lions hands it off, fakes the handoff to Crawford. He launches it deep into the end zone, and it's batted down. The Charging Wildcats, nice play there from David Smith to knock it down.
Yeah, get a little bit away from what their tendency was right there, and took a shot. Good play call by Bentonville just to stretch the field out a little bit and maybe get away from some of the guys that they obviously think they're going to throw to, and almost made a big play.
Really good play from the 42 right there for North Little Rock. He got up, knocked it down, so David Smith saving a touchdown for the Charging Wildcats. Lions, 2nd and 10. The ball's on the 17. He fakes the handoff to Crawford. It's picked off. North Little Rock gets their own turnover. The Charging Wildcats respond with the big play. This time for North Little Rock on the interception is Malachi Thomas.
Big play. He wasn't fooled at all. He sat right on top of it and read the receiver, and then got in front of him to make the play. But huge play for the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats.
Maybe an RPO, Buck. Maybe an RPO, but in man coverage, RPOs are hard to stick in there, right? So nice play by North Little Rock.
You can hear the Charging Wildcat fans on the opposite side of the stadium from us. That gives them life. They needed that. The big play for North Little Rock. Chappell tosses it outside to Thomas. Thomas looking for some space to the outside. He'll pick up about 2 on the short gain.
What a great job of leverage by Bentonville on that play, stringing it out and getting enough hats to the ball.
That was Jaden Loudermilk out there on the tackle. He had the interception a few minutes ago and comes back and gets the stop. 2nd and 8 for North Little Rock. The ball just outside the 30-yard line. Chappell in shotgun. Running back comes in motion. He gets the handoff. That's Attaway this time. Oscar Attaway. Not much there for Attaway.
Well, just a great job of leveraging by the Bentonville. North Rock has a big, strong offensive line. They're trying to cut them. They're not able to get to their feet, and those guys are keeping their shoulder pads up and leveraging great and squeezing to the football.
They'll give him about a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Look at this formation. And then they split it out. 3 receivers to the left. One of the receivers comes in motion, and we may have had some movement. We did. They're going to call Aaron Griffin for the false start, and that's going to push them back from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9.
Well, that's big. That's huge. I think North Rock or even Bentonville, either one, they've got to stay in the 3rd and short situations.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Right now, you have to give the edge to the Bentonville offense and defensive line. So this is a big series for North Little Rock.
Chappell talking to his offensive line. He's ready for the snap. Receiver comes in motion, fakes that. He's going to toss it out to his running back out in the flat, trying to get to the outside. Short of the first down by about 2 yards, but North Little Rock is able to get some of that yardage back, but not all of it. They'll have to punt.
Same play they had called when they had the penalty. They just reversed it and ran it to the field. And right now that penalty is huge, isn't it? That's a first down play right there without the penalty. So both teams and North Little Rock and the way North Little Rock plays is they got to stay ahead of the chains and keep it in 3rd manageable.
North Little Rock has a good punting game. This guy really does well. Hopefully he'll turn his field for him.
Nick Burks back there, I believe, to punt, and it's a fake. And North Little Rock has it. The fake works. It caught him off guard. North Little Rock gets the first down.
Well, big call for Jamie Mitchell right out of the gate, Buck. 5 minutes to go, trying to catch a little momentum on your side of the field. Yeah, it's a nice call. Obviously, it worked, but keep some momentum going for your offense. Now, see if they can be successful on first down.
I saw Oscar Attaway back there, but I didn't see Brandon Thomas. Thomas, number 22, and he gets the snap, just tucks it right up the middle and picked up probably about 5-6 yards. Got the first down easily.
He don't come this game to finish second, that's for sure.
We got a penalty, though. They just dropped the flag.
Wow. Wow.
Northwood, you can see Jamie Mitchell on the sideline. They're trying to give him an explanation right now. I don't think they can explain much.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Ball must not have been snapped properly.
Yep. Had a little movement at the center. Had to call a snap infraction. Well, what a big play that is.
Well, Coach Mitchell's still not happy with the explanation. You can see him talking to him right now.
I can understand Coach Mitchell's situation here. The play was already ran. They were had the defense out there, the offense out there, and then they dropped the flag.
That's a great replay. I couldn't see it until now. The center snapped it and just held it right here behind his rear end, and Thomas grabbed it from him and took off running. Coach Mitchell doesn't like it. We can see him still talking to the official, trying to explain his side of it. Here's the replay again, coaches. You can see the center. He snaps it and just holds it right there. Thomas picks it up, takes it from him like a snap, basically, and takes off running.
You know, that's been many years since I've seen that play, but that's got to be a play that Coach Mitchell went over with the officials before the game and told him that they were going to run it. And so it must have clicked in their heads after the play was over and they had their offense out there.
What a huge momentum swing right there. You go from a first down back to punt team out.
4th and 6 after they mark it off. Burks back to punt. Good high punt, drives the Bentonville punt returner back, and the charging Wildcat defense is there to make the tackle. Jalen Grizzly there to down the Bentonville punt returner at the 25-yard line.
A good punt, turned the field over. We really, Norfolk Rock really needs a stop here and gain some momentum. But for Bentonville, this has got to be a huge series right here. They can make it a lot of leverage in the scoreboard for sure.
Got to get them off the field here, Buck. I mean, they've had 6 snaps, I think, offensively, and the first quarter is going to be over if they don't get them off the field. So North Little Rock's got to get their offense out there and move the chains.
4 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Tigers with the ball at the 25. Lions in the shotgun. He's going to pass. Lions, nothing there. North Little Rock pressure after him. Now Lions is going to run. 25 to the 30, out of bounds around the 34-yard line. A pickup of 9 for Lions. That'll bring up 2nd and 1.
That's what I was talking about in the pregame. You know, he's a running back, and you've got to contain him. Really a good job by the pass blocking by Bentonville. And really one guy got there to spill him out, but you've got to contain him on both sides of the ball to keep him from running.
And it had man coverage again, so those guys are out of there. They had Tyler Johnson, the tight end, kind of on the same route. And when those secondary guys clear, then Lions takes off.
David Smith there to knock Lions out of bounds. 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. Lions going to keep it. He picks up the first down. He's knocked down at the 43-yard line.
Tough play. That's I've seen a bunch of that, but he has a big gap. He gets up a little slow right here. Could be a factor, but he's a tough kid. But they really have some huge gaps they're running through right now. The pin and pull is still an answer that Norfolk Rock's got to come up with.
3 receivers to the field, tight end to the boundary, fake the bubble to the field, and run the G play back to the the power back to the boundary with the quarterback.
Cedric Kane there to stick his helmet right on the hip and bring down Lions after the first down. Ball on the 42-yard line. Lions to pass. Has a receiver. That's Mace Hunt, it appears, on the far sideline, right at the chains. Gain of about 10.
Stack the receivers out there. Caught them in man coverage, so they're going to have to either in, out, or switch the receivers. They get Cameron Mace Hunt, which was the back of the stack, on a nice little bench route.
7-man protect, and he has all the time in the world to throw.
There's Mace Hunt bringing it in. They'll say he's just short of the first down, so it's going to be 2nd and inches.
Look for a trick play right here.
Lyons in shotgun, 3 receivers, motion to his right. Lyons is going to keep it, looking to pass. Now he's throwing back. He's got a receiver there with 2 blockers. To the 40, the 30, down to the 21-yard line. Coach, you called it. 2nd and inches. Look for something a little different, and that's what they got.
Well, that's one of those downs that they can do anything you want, and they can make the field wide as they want or short as they want. And they definitely great play call, great setup of the play, and take advantage of the aggressiveness that North Little Rock has on defense. And they've really got them on their heels as far as what they're doing. I don't think they have an answer for what Bentonville's doing on offense right now. Harrison Campbell on the reception, a pickup of 28 yards. Campbell had 34 receptions coming into the year. Quick pass out to the left flat. Breaks 1 tackle to the 5. Down inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
A little quick out to the boundary, almost on the line of scrimmage, almost a little slip screen out there to the outside receiver, goes and blocks the corner, and just a nice little toss sweep play basically is what it becomes out there.
Back-to-back receptions for Campbell. Campbell gets the ball to they marked him out at the 9-yard line, stepped out just inside the 10 at about the 9.5-yard line. So it's 1st and goal for Bentonville. Lyons in the shotgun, brings a couple of the tight ends, and North Little Rock jumped after they went in motion.
You know, when you play Bentonville West, some people call them gimmicks. I don't really call them gimmicks. It's part of their offense. They're always going to have some stuff. You know,
encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
The throwback screen, they hit us on a reverse pass. I mean, every week you see them. It's just part of what they do, and they do a really nice job of field position and momentum to when to call those plays.
1st and goal from the 4. Lions with 1 running back. Lions looking to pass. He's going to Mays Hunt. Mays Hunt can't bring it in, a little bit high. If you're going to throw it, that's where you got to throw it. Where only he can get it.
Well, they're doing it. You know, I think that's one of those plays that they just say we're going to throw this 50-50 ball, but it's going, the next play off of it's going to be the one that they want to look for. And so really a good play to spread the defense out and set up the next play.
2nd and goal from the 4. Bentonville breaks the huddle. Lions has Joey Escamilla with him in the backfield. Crawford not in the game right now. Hand off to Escamilla. He's up the middle, fighting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Inside zone play. Go too tight, too wing. Secure every gap. Hat on a hat, run inside zone. Had their downhill back in there. Nice play call.
What they're really doing is they're winning up front. This game is being won right now by the Bentonville offensive line, and they're really going to have to squeeze gaps on the North Little Rock side if they're going to stay in this ball game. Good, hard running from Escamilla. He breaks the tackle of David Smith and just kind of rolls into the end zone to make it 13-0. Now your extra point. Younger's kick. It's good. So it's 14-0 Bentonville with 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 1st quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fearless Friday and Fidelity Local 6.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started.
Back at War Memorial Stadium where the Bentonville Tigers lead at 14-0. We have 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Charging Wildcats guys have run 6 offensive plays. It's been 2 3 and out so far for the Charging Wildcats. Chappell's 1 for 2 throwing the ball, and then they've ran it 4 times. Oscar Attaway 3 for 12, and Brandon Thomas 1 carry, 3 yards. this, I know it's a huge possession. They need to probably get some points, but I got to say they need to get a first down.
No question.
First things first, you got to get a first down.
No question. What you can't do is panic. You just gotta have some confidence. Yeah, you're here for a reason. Your kids believe in what you do. Go back to what you do what you do, and let's go get a first down.
They got to weather the storm right here. They've got to be careful here. They're going to probably try to roll it so their coverage scheme can get down there. But this guy's also capable of kicking in the end zone, so it'd be interesting to see how they play this.
I see Deontay Montgomery back. Aaron Griffin, a low line drive kick. Looks like that's going to be Montgomery fielding it. Montgomery to the 20-25. Breaks a tackle, gets out of a leg tackle, brought down at about the 22-yard line. Let's go down to the field, check in with Ben Creighton.
Yeah, Wes, down here on the North Little Rock sideline. Obviously a lot of frustration, but the North Little Rock coach is telling these guys, hey, the thing we got to do right now, we got to respond to when things get bad. It's 14-0, but again, this is only the first quarter, so that's the message that the coaches are continuing to give these charging Wildcats right now.
Brandon Thomas in at running back for North Little Rock. He's behind Chappell. Chappell under center. Chappell to Thomas, right up the middle. That was a pretty simple play call, right over the center, right up the A gap, I guess, and picked up 5 yards. That's a good start for them on first down.
That's North Little Rock football right there. That's what they need. They need some second and shorts and positive first plays, and they just need to methodically get back into it and look for Coach Mitchell to take a shot, on one of these second and third and shorts and try to stretch this game out a little bit down the field.
Probably cheated them out of a yard. He picked up about 6 yards on that play up the middle. So second and about 4. Chappell back under shotgun. Thomas right behind him. It's Thomas again. Thomas staying on his feet. He picks up a first down and out across the 36-yard line. So there you go, the first down of the game for North Little Rock.
Well, that's a G play. You give it to the fullback, 2 straight plays, you get 12 yards, first down, move the chains. What North Little Rock is. Now, don't let that fool you, Wes, because those guys both can take it to the house now. Both those backs, and they're very explosive.
And you see Thomas just keeping his feet moving, and took a 2-3 yard gain and picked up 6 on it. So they get their first down. Now Chappell in shotgun. Chappell looking to pass, looking over the middle of the field. He's got a receiver right down the middle, but he overthrows his tight end. That's Andrew Martin. Martin had several big plays last week, but unable to connect on this one.
They're sitting there in a 7-8 man box on Bentonville side of the football, and they're daring those guys to throw it. But North Rock is very capable of running the ball against 7-8 man box. But kudos to what Bentonville's doing. They're saying if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us doing something than you normally want to do.
Well, North Little Rock has the receivers, Deontay Montgomery, Aaron Griffin. That time they tried to hit the tight end, but I've seen Griffin and Montgomery make some explosive plays for these charging Wildcats this season. Chappell with Thomas right behind him. He's going to pass it, a quick pass, gets the ball to about the 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 7. That is Deontay Montgomery on the catch.
Trips to the field, uncovered number 3, raise up, hit him on a little hitch route. Good play. Gets him back to third, manageable 3rd and 4 right here, so whole playbook's open.
Ball is sitting on about the 44-yard line. They need to get it just across the 47, so we'll call it 3rd and 3. Chappell under center. Has Brandon Thomas in the backfield. Receiver goes in motion. They'll toss it to Thomas. Thomas picks up the first down. Ball into Bentonville territory. Another first down for North Little Rock. Look at that bench. Look at the sideline over there. All of a sudden, there's a little excitement over there.
I think we're seeing North Little Rock offense now. I think they've settled down. They got back to what they do. And, if they continue to do this, they're going to move the football and big plays are going to start happening. But this is what they got to do.
Chappell under center. He's got Deontay Montgomery to his left. Montgomery comes in motion. They hand it to Montgomery. Montgomery looking for some room outside to run. Montgomery gets it to the 40-yard line, pick up a 6.
Yeah, nice job. They're winning the line of scrimmage right now, Buck. They're getting some push. Got good push at the right guard and right tackle play right there, spot right there. Had a puller to lead. Nice play, 2nd and 4.
one of those drives that gives North Little Rock a little confidence, also letting them talk to their defense over there, maybe make some adjustments and get everything behind them. 3 backs in the backfield this time. You see one go in motion. They fake the pitch to him. Running back goes up the middle. He's got another first down. I believe that's Brandon Thomas fighting his way inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A little trap play off the fake of the jet sweep, our toss play, and really I like what they're doing. This is what I've seen North Little Rock do all year long, and this is a big series for Bentonville to stop this stuff, and it's fixing to turn into a heck of a football game if they can get this ball in the end zone.
So 1st and 10 at the 30. The ball on the 30. Chapel under center. Chapel, a quick pass to his wide receiver, a little wide receiver screen. Another pickup of about 6 yards on first down. This time it's Aaron Griffin on the catch.
Yeah, just an extended tall sweep. Throw it out there to your guy and let him run. The inside receiver did a nice job of getting the corner out of there, and receiver made a guy miss and ends up picking 6 or 7 up.
Great response for North Little Rock. Down 14-0. Had the ball twice. Then picked up a first down in their first 2 drives, and they come out and it's almost getting back to basics for North Little Rock, and they're doing a great job. Chapel with 2 backs behind him, a fullback and a running back. Hand off to the running back right up the middle. It's Thomas to the 10, 5, touchdown. North Little Rock responds.
A great job by Jamie Mitchell. He went back to what he does, and their offensive line responded. This is going to be a big charge for their football team, and this is what we want. We want a great football game, and I think Coach Mitchell did a great job with his play calling there, and those guys responded.
Two tight end ISO. Just ran ISO right at him, fullback leads, and nice job up front, nice job by the fullback.
Take a look at the defense, how it's lined up against a possible 2-point conversion. They shift out of it. Now Savannah Melton is back to kick. She is 54 of 57 this year on extra points. Snap's good. Hold looks good. And the field goal is good. So North Little Rock responds. They cut the lead in half. We have 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fearless Friday and Fidelity Local 6.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
God, did you see that? Did you see that?
Game on. That's the radio show, but you know what? I think that fits right now. Game on. North Little Rock responds. It's 14-7. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. We got Nick Burks ready to kick off. Cameron Mays Hunt back deep. They're going to kick it short. Going to field it at the 2-yard line. That's Crawford with it. Crawford fights his way across the 35 to the 36. I think that's a show of respect for Cameron Mays Hunt. They're not going to kick it deep to him.
There's no doubt. I've seen too much film of what that guy can do with 100 yards of field in front of him, so they're going to be careful.
Cameron Mays Hunt is signed to play baseball for the University of Arkansas. We got Bentonville features a couple of baseball players. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Oh, it's the end of the first quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship game brought to you by Fearless Friday and Fidelity Local 6.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Back at it. Here we go. Bentonville with the ball. 1st and 10 at their 37-yard line. Lions to pass. Quick out. Picks up about 3 yards on 1st down.
Throwing a little quick out of 2 tights out with Cameron Mays Hunt. Get him one-on-one situation. Gave a little inside move. Gets a 4-yard gain.
Some first quarter stats for you. Preston Crawford led the way for Bentonville. 7 carries, 78 yards. He had a touchdown. Joey Escamilla came in and got the second touchdown, a gain of 4 yards. Lions was 4 of 8 for 59 yards in the first quarter, 1 interception. Lions in shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Crawford. Crawford has a hold, but we got a flag too. I think it's going to be holding. They're going to call bring this one back. So that gain of 5 will not count.
Yeah, he had him held pretty good. He, matter of fact, tackled him in the backfield. There's 3 flags standing around him.
Looked like the nose guard from North Little Rock.
On the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
He got some penetration and Bentonville tackled him.
For North Little Rock, first quarter stats, Brandon Thomas led the way, 6 carries, 61 yards. He had the touchdown run, a long of 24. David Chappell was 2 of 5 for 13 yards and 1 interception. Deontay Montgomery, Aaron Griffin, both with 1 reception. So, 2nd and 7. Looking deep down the field, got a receiver wide open, but he's unable to connect.
They had the tight end on this side wide open down the field, and then the guy up on the sideline broke open, but the safety was able to get over the top late.
And we got another flag. It was 2nd and 18, actually. I misspoke. Another flag on the field. Or is that a flag? That is a flag, isn't it? No, It's not a flag. They're declining it. They're going to pick it up. It is a flag. It was going to be on.
3rd down.
So instead of, 2nd and 28, they're going to decline it and make it 3rd and 18.
Okay, you got stacked receivers to the field. And so they'll try to catch them in man coverage right here and run some sort of scissor steal. Looks like North Little Rock's going to drop off in zone.
Lions in the shotgun. He's got Preston Crawford behind him. He's looking to pass. Exactly what you said, but Lions is going to take off and run. Now he tries to throw it, and he's got Cameron Mays Hunt for a 1st down.
Well, he went a lot across the line of scrimmage. Yes,
that's what Coach Mitchell's talking about right now.
He almost looked like he passed the line of scrimmage and then retreated back behind the line of scrimmage, which also is illegal.
They're talking about it right now. Yeah. The officials are huddled up. Here comes a 3rd official.
They have thrown the flag after the play before. Not going to do it this time. But he did look like he crossed, from our vantage point, looked like he crossed the line of scrimmage.
North Little Rock's got a player down. How'd they call that incomplete?
I'm confused, guys. You're going to have to help me out. They're saying it was incomplete. The ball's on the 30. Here's the replay. You see he runs backwards, throws it. Oh, he did. He dropped it.
Oh, the ball came out.
The ball came out there at the end as he was getting tackled. So 4th down. No flag. High snap. It's past the punter. The ball's on the ground. Charger Wildcats going after it. Bentonville's players after it. Ball is loose. Who has it? A fight for it. A scrum. Look at the fight for the ball at the bottom of that pile.
I don't know if they'll ever get this untangled. It's going to be the toughest guy on the team fixing to get the ball.
Who comes up with it? It's a safety. Bentonville gets it.
Boy, North Little Rock had a great chance to land on that thing. The ball squirted out from both the punter and the North Little Rock player, and then it became a scrum. What a big play.
Here's the replay. The ball over the punter's head. The punter falls down and gets back up, gets back into the end zone. Davis Hogue gets back there. He was going to kick it out of the end zone. Then there it is. Looky here.
Bentonville punter, Buck. Looks like the Bentonville punter made a great play.
Well, then North Little Rock had it for a second. Number 24 for North Little Rock had the ball. Emmanuel Bond, it looks like, has it. And then the scrum happens, and Barnum, and then there's no
That's a melee. That's a
illegal
melee.
stuff is going on down there, but we got to take a break. After the safety, it's 14-9. It's a Centennial Bank State Championship game brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Yeah. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe.
Back at War Memorial Stadium, where the Bentonville Tigers lead it 14-9 with 11 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. I'm Wes Moore, Buck James, Billy Dawson with us. Can y'all describe politely what happens at the bottom of a scrum like that?
Well, it's not things you want to talk about at home, but there was a fight for the football, no doubt, and there was a fight on top of the football for it. But
Davis Hogue kicks it away. North Little Rock fields it at the 30 to the 35-40, trying to get to the outside. That's Montgomery with it. He's to midfield. That's where North Little Rock will start their next position. Montgomery says he's never down. Whistles are blowing, but Montgomery says he wasn't down.
I'd like to see that replay too.
Well, we'll show it to you. We'll take a look at it here in just a second. That was very interesting. Montgomery was convincing. He was trying to convince him he was never down.
You know, Bentonville comes out of that possession after the North Little Rock score and gets a penalty, get behind the chains, and end up giving the ball back to North Little Rock.
He was never down. They may have blown the whistle that the forward progress was stopped, but he was never down. There's a timeout from North Little Rock now. We'll take a timeout too. We'll catch our breath. It's the Fearless Friday at Fidelity Local 6 Centennial Bank State Championship games.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action, you know.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Here's the replay of that scrum. I think each team had it at least once, and then it's just every man for itself right there. 14-9. Bentonville leads. North Little Rock has scored 9 straight points to get back into this game. They've scored their 9 points in really the last minute and 5 seconds. So North Little Rock with the ball in their own 49. Chappell under center. Hands it off to Thomas. Thomas across the 45, down to the 40, still fighting. Thomas picks up a first down.
Line of scrimmage battle. North Little Rock's winning it right now. ISO play right up the middle, just good old-fashioned. Here we come football, and really very similar to the play they scored on.
Charger Wildcats have a man down, and looking at the replay, I think that
22.
may have been, was that Attaway or?
22.
It was, okay, so it was Thomas. At 28, 22 are similar, and they got, from way up here, it's similar body types, and that's Thomas that's going down. Yeah, it was Thomas with the carry.
That's a huge blow if he don't come back. That's those two guys are great tandem running backs, and both of them have the same running style. And this is what we talked about in the pregame, how hard they run after contact. And they're getting those yards up the middle right now.
I'm going to guess he's okay. It looked like he had his helmet kind of ripped off and got hit in the face as the attack. I mean, I say he's okay. I'm sure he got hit in the face pretty good, but looked like he walked off okay. We'll keep an eye on Brandon Thomas. Ben Creighton's down there on the sideline. Maybe can get an update from him in a bit. So with Thomas out, that's Attaway in the game now. Chapel under center, and he hands it to Attaway. Attaway up the middle, leaping over a pile, and he picks up about 4 yards on first down.
Jamie Mitchell's gone back to his meat and potatoes, and he's softening them up. He's running the ball in the middle, then he comes out and throws out wide, and very similar what Bentonville's been doing, but this game's being challenged now in the line of scrimmage.
Well, it is almost 1 o'clock. Meat and potatoes sounds pretty good to me. I'm getting a little hungry. 2nd and 6. Ball on the 36. Handoff to the fullback right up the middle. He's got the first down and more. That's Tyler good. Day on the carry, his first carry of the game, and that gets a first down for North Little Rock. Let's head down to the sideline, get a report from Ben Creighton.
Yeah, guys, Brandon Thomas being looked at on the sidelines right now. It looks like you were saying just a second ago, Wes, they're checking his mouth. Might have been just gotten a hand to the mouth or whatever, but he's now off the trainer's table, and he's looking like he might come in pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, I can hear in the background one of his teammates yelling, "Hey, B, you all right?" I think he's going to be back in there here soon. Attaway with the pitch. Coming over to the right side. He cuts it to about the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. Short gain there. Pickup of just 2 for North Little Rock.
It's a good battle now. You know, Jamie's attacking the short side of the field, and, you know, he's done a great job really the last 2 series of moving the ball around and getting it to different backs, and they're really looking good on offense right now, what they're able to do.
Our question was answered. Attaway out and Brandon Thomas back in the game. They're in the I formation. And it's the handoff to Thomas. Thomas going over the left side to the 15. Bounces it outside to the 10. Inside the 10 to the 8. First down, charging Wildcats.
I think he's okay. Thomas is okay. You know, the impressive thing to me about Thomas and Attaway is what you guys have talked about, their forward lean. Boy, they're always going forward. Their pads are over their toes. They're physical, downhill. He got 5 yards after contact right there to get him down to inside the 10.
Good block from his fullback, Tyler Day. Aaron Griffin, the wide receiver out there, picks up another block. So the ball, 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Chapel with the back right behind him. Thomas takes it. Thomas right up the middle. Thomas into the end zone. Touchdown, charging Wildcats. They take the lead.
Just a quick dive. That's all it is. Just base block. Linebackers have to stay at home and read keys, and you know, it's just a quick hitter. And those guys are winning the line of scrimmage right now. And it's amazing how this game has turned from Bentonville dominating the line of scrimmage, and now what North Rock's done in the last 2 series.
Let me give a shout out to Coben Scoggins. I know you'll appreciate that, Coach, when the offensive lineman gets called out on TV. That was a nice block from him that triggers the touchdown run from Thomas. Savannah Melton on for the extra point. She made the extra point earlier, looking for her 2nd extra point. Kick is good. So North Little Rock takes the lead. It's 16-14, 8 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the Internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
North Little Rock leads 16-14. We have 8 minutes and 31 seconds in the second quarter. Coaches, what about that response from North Little Rock? You're down 14-0 in the state championship game. You've had the ball twice. You haven't even picked up a first down. And all of a sudden, and I'm talking about in less than about 4 minutes in this game clock time, they've scored 16 points.
You know, it's a team that wanted to be here all year long, a team that came here last year and had it taken away from them. And it shows a lot of character. It shows a lot of heart. So this is a good high school football game. That's what it's about.
Burks with the sky kick, kind of short, and North Little Rock is there to make the tackle. Jalen Powell, the linebacker, stops him right around the 24-yard line. We got a flag on the play.
Looks like a face mask. Oh, yeah.
And you're right, Coach. Personal foul, face mask. So that'll take the ball from the 24 to about the 39-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask. Gets the defense. 15-yard penalty from the run. First down.
To say it's getting a little chipper out there is an understatement. I think there's definitely chips flying.
Well, we know now we have a ball game. Bentonville came out and threw the first punch. North Little Rock responded with a couple of punches. Now we got a fight on our hands.
And Bentonville's not going to get away from their picking now. They're going to come back and they're going to run inside zone. They're going to run pin and pull. They're going to get the ball to Cameron Mays hunting. And they've had success offensively. They just got behind the chains on the last drive and set them up for a negative possession. But they'll go right back to what they do.
So it does. My Texas math was correct. It takes it to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bentonville.
Same formation. They got the H-back down the seam while ago, wide open. We'll see if they'll come back to it.
Lyons rolls to his right. Now he's going to throw. Looking back across the field. Coach, I think you just called it. Caught down to the 35-yard line. First down for Bentonville.
Yeah, brought him all the way back across the formation and ran him on a sort of a wheel route. Nice throw by Lyons and a really good route by Tyler Johnson, which is an impact player, good player.
And he's the other baseball player, correct, Coach?
Yeah, I think so. That's right, yeah.
Great eye candy. They do such a great job of showing you one thing and then giving you something else. And they've got athletes all over the field to get the ball to.
First down, Bentonville at the Charging Wildcats 33. Lyons is going to keep it. He has 2 blockers. Lyons to the outside, out of bounds at about the 24-yard line.
Again, eye candy, Wes. They think they're going to throw it to the right, and they got the pin and pull going on the backside. And that quarterback is one heck of a competitor. And, just a tremendous play calling and setting up of plays by the Bentonville coaching staff. They have a very well-oiled offense.
2nd and short. You take a shot here. 2nd and about a foot, maybe a 2 feet.
Good trick play, double pass situation.
Lyons looking to pass.
Backside tight end.
He's got the first down. Ball to the 20. It'll be a short gain. Gain of about 4 yards. On the reception is Dylan Smith for Bentonville.
Got to be careful in 2 tights. And North Little Rock's playing a 1 safety look versus 2 tights, and those 4 verticals, those 2 tight ends on seam routes. They had the backside tight end, the nub side tight end open down the seam there, so they have to be careful.
They'll pull it back about a yard, but it's still going to be a first down. The ball's on the 21, so it's first down and 10 from the 21. 2 guys go in motion. Lyons going to hand it off to Escamilla. He's got a blocker and a lot of room to the outside. But give the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats defensive player credit. He blew up the blocker and really blew up what I thought was going to be a big play.
Great play by 42 to come up there and close on the football. Their team pursuit was really good right there.
David Smith here. Watch David Smith just take on the offensive lineman and stop that play. And actually, that was David Smith lineman on the tackle.
Yeah.
But it was
61, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Xavion Moore.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
Xavion Moore is a special football player. He's a Division I D lineman.
I interviewed Moore earlier this week, and he told me how much this game meant to him and this senior class. Lyons back to pass. He's looking and brought down from the backside. A big sack from the Charging Wildcats. This time it's Malachi Thomas bringing him down.
Brought a little blitz. They had a pick route out here trying to get Cameron Mays Hunt. Took a little time to develop, and North Little Rock with a big play, big sack on 2nd down.
Going to bring up 3rd down. Ball now at the 28-yard line. They need to get the ball to just outside the 11, so about 17 yards here on 3rd down. You got twin receivers to the left, 2 to the right, kind of stacking them up.
Got a running situation here.
Quarterback run.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Lyons up the middle. Lyons to the 13-yard line. He's going to be short, and it's going to be a decision time for Bentonville. He picked up about 15 yards on the play, maybe 16, but he is short of the first down.
North Little Rock tried to play 3 over 2 both sides of the stack, had a 5-man box, quarterback lead draw right there. Nice play call. Good job by Lions. Like they're going for it.
It has to be an audible by the quarterback. He has to have that option.
Lions with Escamilla behind him. He needs a full yard, maybe 2. Lions looks over at the coaches.
They use a timeout here, Wes.
Yeah, 5 seconds on the play clock. There's your timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. Big play when we come back. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship Games brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started.
Hey, Matt, can you hear that static? Back at War Memorial Stadium where the Charger Wildcats lead it 16-14 with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go before the half. Now I see the kicker loosening up. We have 4th down and 2, 1.5 maybe. The ball is on the 13-yard line. They need to get it just inside the 11, and they're sending the kicker out.
I think it's a good call. I think you got to get points down here. This is the safest way probably to get points, and you don't want to give North Little Rock any more momentum.
I agree. North Little Rock scored the last 16 points. Just put you back in the lead, maybe change momentum again. Need to come out of this with something.
Well, I watched the kickers in the warm-ups before the game started, and they were making these 30-yard field goals, so we'll see if Sam Younger has it in him with the game going on. Here's the snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Yeah. So Bentonville retakes the lead. Good call there. And it's 17-16 after the field goal. 5 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first half. We'll take a break. Back with the last 5 minutes. When we come back, it's the Centennial Bank State Championship Games.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
See that?
5 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first half. Bentonville with the field goal from Sam Younger. 30 yards makes it a 1-point lead for Bentonville. Great ball game. Boy, this one's going back and forth. Each team answering. Bentonville scores the first 14 points. North Little Rock comes back with a couple of touchdowns and a safety to retake the lead. And here Bentonville answers with the field goal. Deep kickoff. That's going to drive Montgomery back to about the 2-yard line. Montgomery up the middle, breaking it outside, cuts it back to the middle, past the 30 to the 34-yard line. So a good return from Deontay Montgomery.
Yeah, nice job. Hit it vertical, caught the ball at about the 2, hit it vertical, had a nice wall of blockers, get it out to the 35.
I tell you what this has also done, the scores from each team, both fan bases are into the game. The Charger Wildcats have a large contingent across from us. And now here on the Bentonville side, after that field goal, they're excited. They're on their feet also. So a good atmosphere as Montgomery is helped off the field.
Two tough football teams, two playing very hard, very physical. This is what it's all about right here.
So Chappell breaks the huddle. Chappell sends 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Got Brandon Thomas with him. Chapel looking to throw, kind of pumping to go, and he's going to throw it out.
Oh, what a play. What a play.
Bentonville's safety comes over and knocks it away at the last second. It looked like he had his receiver open, streaking down the field. He had Aaron Cooney, and if he'd have caught that, it's 6.
Yeah, a little screen and go play to the outside, and they're in a cover 2 shell look, and safety a great play coming over the top, taking away the whole ball.
Just barely tipped it looks like, and it still came through, but it threw off Cooney, and he was unable to bring it in. There's the handoff to Attaway. Attaway has first down yardage over the left side. I believe that was number 9, Ben Sellers for Bentonville, that just tipped it. I want to give him some credit. I think that was a 9 on that jersey, but man, what a great play to get a fingertip on it. But Attaway picks up the first down. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Ben Creighton.
Yeah, Wes, you just saw Deontay Montgomery come off the field. He is already back on the field, as you can see right here. And meanwhile, on the other sideline, Bentonville head coaches say, hey, this is a heavyweight battle. We got to punch back whenever they do. And you saw that right there with that field goal.
Chapel under center, hands it off right up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards for the Charging Wildcats on first down. 4 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the first half.
I think Ben said it right. It's big boy football out there right now, and those guys it's a heavyweight boxing match. Both of them are slugging, and they take their shots. But what a game if you love the trenches. This is John Wayne football.
Tyler Day comes off. Looks like they're looking at his helmet. Chapel with 2 backs behind him. Chapel hands it off to the first back. Pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Attaway is going to help the back up. That was Thomas on the carry, so you had Thomas and Attaway both in the game that time.
Boy, North Little Rock's giving them a lot of different formations, a lot of different personnel groupings, a lot of different looks. Trying to find that fullback G player, the fullback little zone they're running inside.
Third down. Bentonville jumps, but not offsides. Chapel's looking in with the coaches. They got about 4 yards to go on third down. Thomas and Attaway in the backfield. They'll give it to Attaway. Attaway following his big offensive line, spinning down for the first down. Attaway picks it up. The ball is going to be marked on about the 37-yard line, so they'll move the chains.
To have 2 running backs like that, just doesn't happen in nowadays football. Generally, a guy will move away or play safety or linebacker, and you have those 2 kind of running backs on the same football team makes you a really good one.
3 minutes, 40 seconds. Clock is ticking. Second quarter. North Little Rock down 1.
Got Big Day back in there at fullback.
Going to pitch it out to the right to Attaway. Attaway met at the 35-yard line. Gain of only 2 this time. The Bentonville defense was there to stop it before he was able to hit the corner or able to cut it back upside.
Really nice play by the leverage guy right there. The fullback Day kind of missed the block. The guy went inside and made a really nice tackle.
Bentonville does a great job of pursuing the football. They've got 7, 8 guys to the football almost every play.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 34-yard line. Less than 3 minutes now to go. Quick handoff. Nothing there this time for Thomas.
Look for the quarterback to keep that later on, guys. I think they're going to see something right there, and he's going to take it up the seam. They're starting to really fall in on the dive back.
Yep. 2 things happening right now. It's probably 2 down territory, number 1. Number 2, it's a 2-for-1. So if North Little Rock can score or not score, keep the ball, they get the ball coming out at halftime as well. So
2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. It is 3rd and 7. A little different look here for North Little Rock. Receiver coming in motion, and that's who they hand it to, and he is met. That's Attaway, met. No gain on the play, maybe a half a yard.
Just very hard to run into the boundary against a defense that pursues as fast as Bentonville, and that's getting back away from what he's been doing a little bit. I think Coach Mitchell's got to stick with his knitting, and the toss sweep and the dive and the quick hitters have been what's making his money for him.
Minute 45 to go. Ball's on the 33. They need 6 yards.
I really thought they'd take this down take the clock down a little bit more here. Use as much as they can.
Chappell looking to pass. He's throwing it out wide. A little miscommunication there with Chappell and his receiver. Incomplete pass will turn it over, and Bentonville will have 1 minute, 31 seconds to go to try to get some points and add to their lead.
Great defensive stand by the Bentonville team. It's really pursued the ball, made a play, and got them out of what they wanted to do.
Griffin cut it in, and Chappell thought he was going to break it out. A little miscommunication there, and fourth down play is no good.
I think we can about see anything out of Bentonville right here, formation-wise, or what kind of waggle or wiggle they can put into trying to get their eyes somewhere, look for something a little tricky.
Lions is going to have Preston Crawford in there with him. The ball is on the 33, so 67 yards they need for a touchdown. Here comes Cameron Mays Hunt in motion. They fake the pass to Hunt. They're going to throw it back to Crawford. He has a blocker, breaks one tackle at the 40, to the 50, 45, 40, to the 35, finally brought down at the 30. That is a gain of 37 yards for Preston Crawford.
Great play call. Had to look for something where they took one of their best receivers and took him across the field and get eyes somewhere else and then look at him and then come back with a little screen coming back the other way. Great play call.
Crawford, 37 yards, takes it to the 30. A minute 19 to go. So quickly they have taken it from one end of the field to the other after that play. Lions calling for it. He's looking to pass again. Quick out pass to Mays Hunt. Hunt will pick up 5 yards. Ball's marked at the 25.
Just an easy pitch and catch. Corner giving him enough room, and just when he quits backpedaling, just cuts out.
According to the scoreboard, we're working with no timeouts here, so they're working first downs and boundaries, and trying to work the clock.
2nd and 5, ball at the 25.
Man coverage. Here comes a blitz.
Lions catches it. He points it out. He's going to try to get rid of it quickly. Throws it up to his big tight end, and it's incomplete.
Ran a post route with Cameron Mays Hunt. Probably had him on the post and was looking for the tight end on the wheel. Good throw. Only his guy could catch it. It's incomplete. No harm, no foul. 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go in the first half.
I know there's no timeouts, but, boy, they had the speed option to the top of the field as well against that man coverage. A lot of options here for the coaching staff. North Little Rock's really got to be sound in what they're doing, read your keys, and make some open field tackles.
Lions has Escamilla with him in the backfield. Looking to pass. It's going to go over the middle, and it's broken up at the last second. North Little Rock defender does a very good job of getting a hand in there and knocking it down.
One of Bentonville's favorite routes, the old scissor route, and run a corner route with the inside guy and a delayed post route outside. Had him open. Nice play by the defender.
Cedric Kane with the play, number 13 for North Little Rock, breaking it up. So 4th and 5. 1 minute, exactly 1 minute to go in the first half. They need to get the ball to about the 20, so 5 yards.
Playing 3 over 2 again.
Yeah, they do have 2 timeouts. Well,
they're going to call timeout. They do have a couple of timeouts, and Lions and the Tigers will use it. So let's set it up. 4th and 5. Exactly 1 minute to go in the first half. The ball's on the 25, so if you're not able to pick up another yard, you're looking at a 42-yard field goal. That may be pushing a little bit from Younger. Younger was good from 30 a few minutes ago. Let's see here. I've got his stats. He's 6 of 9 with a long of 44 this year. So he is in, a makeable range for him.
Well, I think right here, if they're going to play 3 over 2, you give Lions an option. Give them some sort of deal with a 5-man box. They're warming their kicker up.
Yes, he is.
It looks like they're going to bring their kicker out. But they have another timeout left. See what they do.
As I said, this would be a 42-yard field goal, and I'm looking at the wind, and it looks like the wind would be at his back. And it's not a big wind, a little breeze, but it's at his back, so it's going to be helping. Younger has made from 44 this season. Earlier we saw him make it from 30, and it was easily good. So I think he has the leg for it. And he's out there. I don't know if he's for show for the North Little Rock coaches to see.
Yep.
He's not going out there.
He's for show.
It is just for show. Hey, if you want to get a DVD of this game or any of the state championship games, there's the details. FidelityLocal6.com to order your state championship DVDs.
Look for the tight end, number 21 in the slot. I think going to try to lull him to sleep with some eye candy again and try to get a first down or take a shot at the end zone.
Lions has Escamilla with him in the backfield.
Officials saw him warming up to kick too.
Lions is going to keep it. He's coming over this side. Lions fighting for the first down. We got a flag. It looks like a holding call.
Well,
flag is down at the 25.
They really like that three receivers and a tight end nub to the boundary and the quarterback run to the boundary over here, and that's exactly what they tried to run the pin and pull with the back to the quarterback side.
Holding on Bentonville, but North Little Rock will decline it because he didn't pick up the first down. It would be that was 4th and 5. He picked up 4, so they'll decline it and take over possession.
On the offense. Phillies decline. Ball will be turned over on down.
Great job by the North Little Rock defense. Great job.
Big stop.
Both defenses stepped up big right there at the end of the second quarter.
North Little Rock takes over with 54 seconds. They've got the ball on the 21-yard line.
You know, that's the second time Bentonville's been inside the 30-yard line, threw an interception down here going in and then turn it over on down. So they've lost points on 2 possessions.
17-16, 54 seconds to go. Looks like North Little Rock may spread it out a little bit and see if they can get a first down, maybe a big play, and try to get some points of their own.
We hadn't seen the quarterback run yet, Buck. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, it does.
Chappell in an empty backfield. Chappell, quick toss to his receiver, Montgomery. Montgomery tackled high and picks up nothing.
Their defense makes it difficult to overthrow. They always keep them capped. They've always got a guy deep, and makes it very difficult to throw, especially when it's obvious throwing down.
North Little Rock's going to take their time now. They took a shot and see if that play they could bust it and get some chunk yards. They didn't, so now they'll take one more snap. There's a run by the quarterback up the middle. He's unable to break the tackle. He's down after a few yards. That'll be the last play of the first half. So we'll head to the locker rooms with Bentonville leading it 17-16. A great first half of action. Bentonville scored the first 14 points. Then North Little Rock scored the next 16. Bentonville with the field goal to take the lead 17-16. 24 minutes to go in this one. It's going to be a great one. We'll take our halftime break. Lanny Beavers will be along with our Fearless Friday halftime show. We will see you guys back here in about 20 minutes.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action, you know.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth? Competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity, to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the Internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started. Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
And welcome to the halftime show. Laney Beavers here, Fearless Friday, joined with Walter Woody to my right and Leland Barclay. Exciting first half here as Bentonville is leading North Little Rock 17-16. Leland, start with you. Looked like Bentonville may have had a shot to try to get some more points. I think their kicker had the leg to try a 42-yard field goal, but they do decide to go for it. But exciting game here. Bentonville leading by 17-16.
Right. I mean, they had a shot to put some more points on the board, but it's so hard, boy, when you're in that situation that close, not to try to get the 6 points or 7 points. Coaches, they almost feel like it's a failure when they concede the field goal, even though it's
Well, there wasn't a lot of time, so it was kind of an interesting call either way you go.
Yeah, it's like I said, coaches just, they hate to give up that shot at a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, it pains them sometimes to settle for the field goal and 3 points. Now, but this year, that 3 points is maybe a little more of not a sure thing, but maybe a little more possible with the wider goalposts, the high school goalposts this year, which is nice.
They have changed them here at War Memorial.
This year for the first time. We saw a couple extra points in the 6A game last night that may not have been good. It wouldn't have mattered in that game with the final being 52-14. But, it'll come into play in a close game. And we've seen that narrower goalpost hurt some kickers in the past in close ball games.
Let's go to Walter real quick. Bentonville jumps out real quick. 2 scores, 14-0. You're thinking, here we go again.
Right.
But North Little Rock gets a score, gets a big safety after a botched punt.
I think that's probably your play of the half.
Right.
Because, North Little Rock scored. They made a stop, and then the ball goes in. They almost recovered it for a touchdown.
Right.
But the safety, they get possession again. They drive down. They have really done a good job with the quick hitting inside runs, occasional outside. They've yet to hit a big pass play. Every now and then, North Little Rock can hurt a team with a big play passing. But when you think about down 14-0 to come back and to take the lead, even though they're down 17-16, they're going to get the ball in the first half. North Little Rock has to feel like they have a little bit of momentum going in the second half.
I think so, too. And, Leland, let's go back to you for a second. The screen passes right now for Bentonville have been very successful against North Little Rock. Talk about what you saw in the first half and some adjustments you'll see for both teams here in the second half.
I think against North Little Rock's defense, which is a little more athletic, maybe a little faster than what Bentonville usually sees, it's harder to throw the ball down the field. And I kind of disagree with the play of the first half. I think the play of the first half was probably North Little Rock's interception right after Bentonville had intercepted the ball.
That was a big play.
That was a big play.
Because if Bentonville punches that one in, we may be looking and we may be looking at a 21-7 game now.
Let's go back to one thing is because unlike last night where the game was over real quick, we got ourselves a ball game here. A lot of Central Arkansas fans excited right now. You got North Little Rock. North Little Rock's a very powerful team, undefeated, right. Walter.
Right.
What do you see? And Leland, that's a good point with the back-to-back turnovers with the interceptions because, as Leland says, Bentonville goes up 3 scores. It can Katie bar the door almost.
Right. And I think in the second half, the biggest thing from a North Little Rock defensive standpoint, it's one of those, the screen passes are hurting them when they roll out to one side and throwing back. They've got to make a slight adjustment there. But really, since the first couple of possessions, the defense of North Little Rock has been pretty solid. Offensively, they're doing a good job running the football. They've not thrown the ball well yet, have not had the one big play that they get every now and then.
Yeah. Leland, going back to Bentonville, they're no stranger to this. North Little Rock played in this championship game last year. Didn't turn out the way they wanted to. They got a shot right now. They're down by 1. What's North Little Rock thinking right now?
Well, I think they're probably just calming themselves down and saying, that they're still in a good position and to come out and play ball because they weren't in as good a position last year.
No, the game was over now.
Now, that was, I think, a more experienced ball club than this North Little Rock team. Mm-hmm. But at this point, they've played 12 games. They've proven, that they should be here. 12-0, the number 1 ranked team in the state. And I think last year's experience certainly will help them draw on the second half, especially they're still in the ball game.
You know, that's one of the neat things you say about North Little Rock, because Bentonville hasn't been in the finals in 3 years. So really, in many ways, North Little Rock has more finals experience than this Bentonville team does.
Well, let's talk about that.
How often have we seen that?
All right, guys, let's talk about a little bit more than that
game.
right after this break. You're listening to the 7A State Championship, brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday. We'll be right back.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
And don't forget tonight, Pulaski Academy against Little Rock McClellan. These two teams met 2 years ago. Pulaski Academy going for a 4-peat. Maurice Moody's got his Crimson Lions ready to play. They're in the same conference. That'll be an exciting game. That is tonight at 6:30. Pulaski Academy and Little Rock McClellan. Should be an exciting game tonight, Walter.
It's the 5th time they played, so they're probably either used to and tired of each other.
I think they're a little bit tired of each other. Leland, you know a lot about both those schools too. That's going to be exciting. We got exciting second half coming up. But tease a little bit about tonight's PA Little Rock McClellan.
Well, I mean, Pulaski Academy, a shot at history tonight. You know, going for 4 in a row, not since Frank McClellan's, Barton teams in 86 through 89. Has the team won 4 straight. And, sometimes when things happen like that in the smaller classifications, they say, well, that was AA ball. This is on the 5A level.
It's 5A
level that Pulaski Academy has a chance to do that.
And just from a team standpoint, 1 touchdown, they set the all-time points record in Arkansas. They score, 53? They score over 800. They have 800, which has never been done.
And if you haven't seen Lane Hatcher, the quarterback at Pulaski Academy.
He's as good as it gets.
You're in for a treat
tonight.
Well,
and he already owns 4 state records. He owns the record for career passing yards, career passing touchdown, single season passing yards, and single game passing yards with that 757 yards that he had against Little Rock Christian. So, I mean, he's already a record-setting
it should be a good game tonight. Once again, that is tonight at 6:30, Pulaski Academy, Little Rock McClellan. Our game right here, exciting game here, Bentonville 17, North Little Rock 16, a lot of stats going on back and forth. Walter, what comes out to you real quick?
One of the big things, as I said about North Little Rock, is quarterback Chappelle is just 3 of 8 for 14 yards. I mean, North Little Rock has got to get improved just a little bit on the passing game. 1 big score or a couple of big plays, and that will help the running game. And they've already rushed for 160 yards. They've shown they can dominate the line of scrimmage on the offensive side, but can they make a big play? And Bentonville has been pretty balanced so far. Can they continue?
What about the penalties there? You got North Little Rock with 5, but there was 5 big penalties. Got a huge face mask penalty that helped Bentonville right there, right before Bentonville was able to go back down the field.
On the field goal.
You got to watch those penalties. Bentonville's got 2 penalties. Leland, you're talking about the turnovers, 1 apiece, but they were so critical. They were back-to-back interceptions. But Bentonville was in North Little Rock territory, but North Little Rock returned in favor, was able to protect their goal line when they got a pick on a little slant pattern.
Well, I think when we look at the first half stats, I mean, the stats are about as close as the scoreboard, 17 to 16. The thing that kind of stands out to me on the stats is it was really a case of 2 different quarters. Bentonville owned the first 10 minutes of the game, and I think at one time the stats was like 100. It was 14-0.
Yes.
Before North Little Rock had its first down of the game. Since then, North Little Rock has kind of, commanded control of the game.
Well, they did, and don't forget, North Little Rock did take the lead, Walter.
Right.
But you got to give Bentonville a lot of credit because they have a 14-0 lead. They give up the lead. They give up a safety, part of that. But then they were able to come right back, get the lead, and kick that field goal, and had a shot to get more points before half.
And like I said, both teams have found ways to stun each other's momentum. I mean, the penalty gave them a chance to take the lead in the second quarter with the field goal, but they have a chance to score again, and North Little Rock stops them on fourth down.
All right,
before
guys,
the half.
Let's talk about it. We've only got a half left. Somebody's going to be a 7A state champion. Leland, who's going to win the game and why?
I still, until somebody beats the West, you got to beat the man to be the man, and the West has been the man for the last 12 years. And actually, in my opinion, the West dominance started exactly 30 years ago this weekend when Northside and Southside met in 1987 for the championship of the state's largest classification. They met the next year. In 89, Springdale and Northside played. So for 3 years in a row, the West controlled the state's largest classification. And then in 90, of course, Shabazz broke that up, and then Pine Bluff broke it up later after Southside won 2 in a row. But the West has ruled the state's largest classification for 30 years.
Yeah, well, you also had Little Rock Central got a couple of championships.
They got a couple in there.
Walter, what do you see here?
I want to see what happens the first couple of possessions. If North Little Rock can score quickly, get some momentum, I think they can win this game.
We'll talk a little bit more about that. Stay with us. You're watching Bentonville over North Little Rock, brought to you by Fidelity, Local 6, and Fearless Friday.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
Just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
Within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action,
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the internet tab.
And welcome back. As you see the score there, we're at half. Where Bentonville leading North Little Rock 17-16. Laney Beavers here, joined with Walter Woody of Fearless Friday and also Leland Barclay. The Fearless Friday crew is in the house here for halftime. We certainly appreciate that. Walter, we heard from Leland. He's talking about he thinks the West is still in charge here. I'll put you on the spot. Who's going to win the game? We're so tied right now. The teams are about even. What are you seeing here?
I thought North Little Rock all year was one of the best teams in 7A, and I'm going to stick with them. I mean, I think they played well, and they've recovered from a slow start, and they played pretty well. And I think if they can score first, they'll get the momentum and a stop. If they get control of the game, this game will be they'll win it.
And let's not forget North Little Rock gets the football to begin the third quarter. And if they go up, what I always like to say when I'm calling the game is you like the other team to chase you.
Yeah.
And if North Little Rock can get up, make Bentonville chase you. But you're right, Leland. One of the teams has got to stop the other team because they're both. You look at these stats here. They're so even right now. Rushing real quick, you've got Brandon Thomas. North Little Rock's got 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. And you've got Crawford rushing for Bentonville. He's got 78 yards, 1 touchdown. And they're just going back and forth right now, just kind of like a middleweight boxing match.
I knew Walter was going to go with, he's a Watson Chapel guy.
Yeah.
So I knew he'd go with Central Arkansas. But, here's, I think, the key to the second half for Bentonville is in the first half, they've rushed 16 times for 90 yards. Bentonville is a running football team. They've got to run the ball to be successful. Now, Nathan Lyons, has had a fantastic year. He's thrown for 2,500 yards. But Bentonville is a power football team, and 16 rushing attempts for 90 yards. Like you said, Brandon Thomas has more rushing yards than what Bentonville does.
And it's on simple dive and simple inside handoffs, and they're just finding holes.
Nathan Lyons, Bentonville in the first half has attempted 17 passes and 16 rushing attempts. That's a little out of skew for Bentonville. They've got to run the ball to be successful. For North Little Rock to win the game, I think they're going to have to throw some, complete some passes. 3 of 8 for 14 yards. I think they're going to have to open it up a little bit, even though the running game has been successful. But, David Chappell has been a very good throwing quarterback this year. I think he will have to complete some passes in the second half for North Little Rock to win.
And, one of the things that Chappell has done that has been successful is open up on a boot. We've yet to see him run a bootleg yet. They may be setting up for that.
They haven't got him out wide. I agree with you.
They haven't got him out wide yet.
Another couple of things that I think that's hurt North Little Rock is a tall sweep. I don't think North Little Rock was ready for that. The screens have really hurt them.
Especially the screens when they go to one side and they throw back.
Exactly.
That's been the one that's hurt.
And the offensive line and the wide receivers for Bentonville, very good downfield blockers, too, that you've seen.
Yes.
I think if I was going to pick, I'm kind of like Leland here. I am a Central Arkansas guy.
Yeah.
But the West is strong. I like Bentonville, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to go down to the wire.
I think it is.
If it goes to a field goal, you got North Little Rock's got a good field goal kicker. Bentonville's a good field goal kicker. And like I was talking to you about earlier, that field goal right before the half, you got a minute left. You only got a 42-yard field goal to attempt. Kind of second guessing a little bit.
And like Leland said earlier in the game, you had the interception. That's 2 scoring opportunities Bentonville did not take advantage of.
That's right. We certainly appreciate it. When we get back, Wes will be back with the game to start the third quarter. Once again, our score at the half, Bentonville 17, North Little Rock 16. You're watching the 7A State Championships brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Riding.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started. Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
God, did you see that? Did you see that?
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
And customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good good customer experience more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
Just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
You know, within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
Back at War Memorial Stadium, Wes Moore, Buck James, Billy Dawson. Bentonville Tigers lead at 17-16. We got a minute and a half to go before the kickoff for the second half. All right, Coach, I'll start with you, Buck James. First half impressions, what sticks out?
Well, I thought Bentonville got off to a great start with one in the line of scrimmage, and then in the first quarter and then second quarter, just like it was a tale of two halves. I think that North Little Rock came back out, won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball or for the majority of the time, and got back to what they did well, and turned out to be exactly the type of football game we talked about in the pregame, is that who established C gap, who established A and B gap were the team that had the success.
Coach Dawson, what did you like in that first half?
Well, I think, high school football is such a game of momentum, boy. And once you get that snowball rolling, I think we saw momentum of Bentonville in the first quarter, and they came out hot and controlled the line of scrimmage, and then exactly the opposite in the second quarter. I think it's a really, really good football game. I think Buck's exactly right. It's exactly what we talked about in the pregame, thinking, the line of scrimmage is going to win it. There's special team error with the punt
this could be the play of the game when it's all said and done. Bentonville fighting and getting that ball instead of a touchdown for North Little Rock. It's just 2 points in the safety.
No question.
5-point swing.
5-point swing. Bentonville's missed a couple opportunities down inside the 30 with an interception and a turnover on downs, and so it's going to be a great second half. It's been a chess match. It's both teams have made some good adjustments. Both coaching staffs done a nice job. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come out of halftime with.
What do you have are two champions. North Little Rock came out and took one on the chin. They came right back and fired a couple of shots at Bentonville. They took a couple on the chin. Then Bentonville goes down, gets a field goal, and leads it at half. This second half has the makings of a very good state championship game. I'm excited to see it. We're ready to go. The Tigers are out on the field, ready to kick it off. North Little Rock's coming out to receive the second half kickoff. And as you mentioned in the first half, at the end of the first half, Coach Dawson, North Little Rock had that chance to double dip. They drove down, but Bentonville got a good defensive stop and kept North Little Rock off the board. Then Bentonville drove down and almost had a chance to add to their lead.
And there's going to be another gimmick, or whatever you want to call it, Buck. Bentonville's going to have something again. They ran 2 of them in the first half, and they'll have something schemed up for this half in a momentum change.
North Little Rock sends 3 returners deep. Got Montgomery back there. Aaron Griffin is back there. Here we go. We're ready for the second half of the 7A state championship game. High kickoff. It's going deep, and that'll be a touchback. Good kick there. So North Little Rock will take off at the 20-yard line. It'd be nice to have a kicker that does that every single time.
It would be very nice. I think that guy could, kick it in a bucket if he needed to. But very talented. But this series right here, Wes, is huge for North Little Rock to establish the line of scrimmage and to take it to the length of the field. And if they can do that, then I see them being able to really compete well in this half.
Chappell's got Attaway to his far right. He's got Brandon Thomas to his far left. Here comes Thomas. Thomas gets it. Attaway out there blocking for him. Pickup of 7 yards. Pretty simple play on first down. And 7-yard gain. I think North Little Rock and Jamie Mitchell will take that every time on first down.
Well, in the first half, they ran the same formation to the left, and they ran the same play, and they got 11 yards on. It's the only 2 times today they've kind of outflanked Bentonville, got the edge, and had 2 nice runs off of it.
It's almost like Bentonville's baiting them to run it there because they got the 3 guys apexed off the line of scrimmage to, try to make that play.
Second down and 3. Toss out to Thomas. Thomas getting to the outside. Brought down short of the first down. He'll be marked at the 29. Good tackle from Bentonville. Looked like he was going to pick up the first down, and the Tigers came and wrapped him up, threw him down for a gain of 2.
They're just so hard to leverage, boy. They do such a great job of playing laterally and keeping their outside arm and leg free and turning the ball back to their buddy, knowing where their help is. Did a nice job there.
Bentonville's Colin Snetsky, their linebacker, makes the tackle. Their leading tackler getting it done from that middle linebacker spot. 3rd and 1. That's Chapel. The quarterback right up the middle, gouges them for 7 yards and the first down.
First time we've seen that tonight, guys. And, that was what I was talking about in the pregame is that he's really a good runner. And just the same thing they do when they run the quick dive. Him running to the gap on the defense and running the football from behind the center is running quarterback sneak is a big weapon for them.
First down, ball at the just outside the 37-yard line. Thomas in the backfield. First drive of the second half. Fake it to Thomas. Looking to throw. Chapel scrambling to his right, just throws it out of bounds. Gets away from it, getting some pressure from the Tigers defense, so Chapel unloads it.
Good play by Chapel. He had nobody open. Bentonville covered it up, and he threw the ball away, lived to play another down. Nice job. And I think with the tight end situation, they run the dive or the quarterback sneak. They can put a tight end in the game and try to get Angel Guerrero one side shaded the other and run the dive away from him. And I think what happened on the quarterback sneak.
Chapel's got Day in there. Chapel in the shotgun. There goes Attaway, hands it off to Attaway. Attaway's got a load of blockers in front of him, and Attaway picks up 10. He'll have the first down. They'll move the chains. Attaway following his blockers and picks up about 10 and a half.
Well, it's that's their. I think that's their bread and butter play, guys. I think that's the best football play they run, when they do that and they're doing it well, they're tough to stop.
1st and 10, the ball at the 48-yard line.
I'm sort of surprised that Coach Mitchell hadn't gone down the field. He's got the great wideouts that run really well, and the tight end is throwing the deep ball down to the wideouts. I think that's something that might come out here a little bit later.
Griffin on one side, Montgomery on the other. There you go. Maybe they're looking for him right here. Chapel's going to tuck it and run it. Chapel across midfield. Now to the outside to the 55, 45, 40, and a flag. You're going to have a late hit. Ball's marked at the 39. That'll be 15 more yards.
Wing T waggle. Put the wing in motion, faked it, waggled out, looked like he's trying to seek out the backside post on that, exactly what you were talking about, trying to throw it deep to the backside post. And Bentonville lost leverage and containment and quarterback run. That 11th guy, when he starts running, boy, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds against the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
You don't think I hadn't seen them a lot, but I'm sitting here almost calling plays for them. When they get rolling, they're something else, and they're a very well-oiled machine when they're playing good football and running it like they're supposed to.
15-yard penalty marked off. That'll take it down to the 24-yard line. 9 minutes, 48 seconds in the third quarter. First drive of the second half for North Little Rock. Toss it out to Thomas. Thomas to the 20. Thomas picks up 4 yards on first down. They'll mark it just outside the 20-yard line.
Now, it's at least 3 yards after contact, and that's what those guys do well. I'm really impressed, Billy, by the way that Bentonville tackles one-on-one and how they get guys out there to mop up situations. They really do a great job of flying the ball.
Thomas now with over 100 yards in the game, 13 carries, 107 yards for Brandon Thomas. Attaway has it. Attaway's got a blocker in front of him. He cuts it up the middle. Attaway to the 5. Touchdown, North Little Rock. They retake the lead.
I'm going to tell you, that Tyrese Francis, that offensive lineman, number 64, is leading the way on that. He is a puller and a big load of a man coming through there and makes a blocker run around. Running back cuts it up under. Touchdown, North Little Rock.
That was the second time in this drive the big number 64 was out there. I saw him earlier, and he led the way for a big gain earlier in the drive and does it again. Attaway with the touchdown. North Little Rock will go for the extra point. Savannah Melton on to kick. She's 54 of 57 for the year. She's already made a couple today, so the third try for her is up and good. North Little Rock leads it 23-17. 9 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's a Centennial Bank State Championship game brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action, you know.
And customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
The Georgia Wildcat fans are on their feet. North Little Rock retakes the lead 23-17 as Nick Burks gets ready to kick it off. This time it's a line drive kick, sending Cameron Mays Hunt to his 5-yard line. He's past the 20 to the 25, 30, 35. One man to beat. He's caught from behind, tackled at about the 49-yard line. I didn't think we'd ever get to see him on a kickoff return today.
He's like Plastic Man or something. He's he's a guy that can make people miss, and it's unbelievable what he's capable of doing. But great return, and really probably will give the Bentonville a big spark on their offense. They can take a lot of chances right here. Really need a big step up by the North Little Rock defense.
Hunt kind of hobbles off the field, hopping on one leg. Looks like he had his ankle rolled up from behind. I do not see him out there right now. He's coming over here to the bench. Yep, he's over on the sideline trying to walk it off. I may re-tape that ankle.
I bet he's back.
I bet you're right,
blow.
Coach. Lions hands it off to Preston Crawford. Crawford across midfield. Crawford to the 44-yard line. Pickup of about 6 on first down.
Again, a great job by the Bentonville offensive line. I have to watch the big nasties, and, those guys doing a great job, because that's a very, very talented North Little Rock defensive line, and those guys are creating gaps on every play they run inside.
Thomas getting it done for North Little Rock with 107 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Crawford now 8 carries, 84 yards for Bentonville. Lions hands it off to Crawford again. Crawford close to the first down. He'll be marked down just short. Picked up about 3 on that play, so to bring up 3rd and 1.
Maybe a little inside zone read there away from the tight end, and quarterback looked like he was riding it in there to read it. Nice cut by Crawford to the play side of that to get 2 or 3.
3rd and 1. Less than 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lions with Crawford. Hand off to Crawford. Crawford cuts, met at the 40 to the 38. He has the first down.
It's just tough, 2 tight ends and playing that odd front, and creates a lot of space for that running back. And that play could have gone in 7 different spots. He was looking for a hold the whole time he was taking the handoff.
Yeah, cut it right back off the nose, got his yard, moved the chains. Again, this is one of those, we just got a big first down. We're inside the 50. They're setting up in their 3-by-1 nub. Don't be shocked with a quarterback run to the tight end side.
Lions with Escamilla with him now. Escamilla is going to take it. He is tackled after a short gain. They'll give him about 2 on the play.
I love the patience. By these offensive coordinators making these calls.
Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Ben Creighton.
Yeah, it was Cameron Mays Hunt getting that ankle retaped on the sideline. He was just seen along the sideline trying to walk it off. He's put his helmet back on. It looks like he's going to try to get back into the game now.
Lions with Escamilla, with him in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left. He pitches it to Escamilla. He's got a lot of room to run. Escamilla down to about the 33-yard line. Good tackle there for North Little Rock's Cameron Turner. Brings him down before he gets the first down.
Yvonne Centeno, I think it's the left guard or tackle for Bentonville, got out here, made a nice block on the linebacker to kind of give the pitch play a little bit of room. North Little Rock had a blitz coming off the edge to take care of the quarterback.
See a good tackle there for North Little Rock to stop him short of the first down. 3rd and 4. Lions looks over at the sideline, getting the play. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Lions looking to pass. Lions has a receiver right on the sideline, good for the first down, out at the 25-yard line. On the reception that time from Nathan Lyons is Harrison Campbell.
Harrison Campbell is a very talented football player. He's the guy that probably don't get near the attention that Hunt gets, but this guy is he's sure-handed, and he seems to be always an opportunity to catch football.
Campbell came into the game with 34 catches, 565 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Lions to Escamilla. The end around. The ball is on the ground. Lions picks it up and is brought down by the charging Wildcats, but he escapes the tackle. Lions on the loose. We got a flag. What a play from Nathan Lyons. That was going to be a huge loss. They snapped it on the 25-yard line, and he was around the 45. It looked like a loss of about 20. Lions make something out of nothing, but the holding call is probably going to bring it back.
What a great play by the outside linebacker for North Little Rock. He's attacking the outside zone play and gets his hand into the in between the toss for the reverse, and then Lions makes a great play coming out the back door.
They got a bad call. I think the referee anticipated the block in the back and never made contact with him, and that's what the Bentonville coaches are.
He touched his back.
About.
We just saw it on the replay. He touched his back. I don't know how much of a push.
Block in the back. Gets the offense. 10-yard penalty. We play first down.
I think when you saw the play, you thought it was going to be something really bad, and then didn't materialize out like what the officials saw, and then really made a great play out of the quarterback, null and void.
Zadrian Smallwood is the defensive end for North Little Rock who broke up that play. Penalty pushes them back to the 42-yard line. 32 yards to go. Quick pass, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. North Little Rock's Sam Taylor gets his hands up and knocks it down.
Big play by Sam Taylor right there.
You see on the replay, he just gets that big right hand up there and knocks it down.
On those catch and throw plays, if you're not a firm protector and you give a little ground with those defensive ends on the offensive tackle side, to get their hands up, made a nice play there.
2nd, and it's going to be 27. They need to get the ball to the 15-yard line. The ball in the 42. Lions looking to pass. Lions has the receiver wide open. He had Preston Crawford maybe on a wheel route and overthrows Crawford.
Wheel route out of the backfield to the tailback. Ran the outside receiver on the post. Everybody went with him. Linebacker couldn't get over the top and missed a wide open guy.
Yeah, nobody knows that more than Lions. You can watch his body language right now. A little upset with the throw. Just overthrew him a little bit. Had him wide open. Maybe the hardest ball to throw. Kid is wide open. And you see it a lot. You see him overthrowing. See it a lot.
You want to start your football team with this quarterback. This guy's a gamer.
3rd and 27. Bentonville puts a receiver in motion. Lions looking to pass. Rolling to his right. Lions pointing where his receiver needs to go. Pass is incomplete, a little high. That's going to bring up 4th down. Ball on the 42.
Well, he had a guy wide open over there, and he was trying to get him to run more to get closer to the first down sticks, and then overthrew him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to throw the first down instead of trying to throw the wide open guy.
Yep.
Just pick up a little bit of that 32 yards needed or 27 yards needed.
Yeah, if you get it there where it's now, it'd be 4th and 12.
4th down.
Yeah, probably
Lions, you think he's going to punt it here?
I think he'll punt it.
Quick kick.
He does that little quick kick. It's 4th and 27. Lions rolling to his right, and there he is, a little rugby-style kick. Got a bad bounce, and goes into the end zone. So North Little Rock will take over at the 20-yard line.
Great stand by the North Little Rock defense. That's a big play right there. If they can come back and capitalize on that, Bentonville's defense really got to step up here.
Well, Bentonville was setting up that reverse, and the North Little Rock defensive end got his hand on the ball, knocks it away, and then it leads to a penalty. Lyons made a heck of a play there, though. I mean, you think of Lyons, it looked like he was tackled. I had him going down at the 45-yard line. 3 Georgia Wildcats there around him, and he fights off the tackles and made something out of nothing until the penalty. So North Little Rock takes over. Brandon Thomas right behind the quarterback. We're going to throw the ball out wide, and a sure tackle, pickup of about 3 yards on the play.
Great one-on-one tackle, and then look, there are 6 guys standing out there beside him after the ball's completed.
Aaron Cooney on the reception. Wasn't able to break the tackle, and he goes down after a 4-yard gain.
They'll set up a little double move later maybe. Maybe a little hitch and go, something over their head, because they're playing pretty tight out corner.
2nd and 6. Chapel in the shotgun. Attaway with it over the left side, looking for a hole. Attaway across the 25 to the 26. Pickup of about 3 on the play.
9 guys on that tackle. There's only 2 people worse. His backside safety and corner that weren't over there. What a pursuing defense that Bentonville has. Great athletes.
3rd and 4. Chapel with Day behind him. Day's got a running back right behind him. They're going to toss it out to Thomas. Thomas gets a block. Thomas across the 35. He has the first down to the 37-yard line.
Been going toss to the tight end to the boundary. Now went toss to the open side to the boundary and got their fullback out on the overhang player. What a nice play and a good play call to the boundary for Jamie Mitchell.
Day with the good block there. Yeah. Day seals it off. Yeah. It got enough of the defender to open it up.
No doubt their money play, that quick pitch, and they're downhill, and then they get those big fullbacks and guards out there. There's a tough stop.
4 minutes, 15 seconds. Clock is ticking in the 3rd quarter. North Little Rock leads at 23-17. Chapel to throw. Throws it up to his receiver, and it's picked off. The safety picked it off, but we got a flag. The receiver was held up, couldn't make a play on the ball, and looks like that interception will not count. North Little Rock was looking for Aaron Griffin. The ball was underthrown, and Griffin was trying to come back to it, and I think they're going to call the defensive back for not allowing him to get back to the ball.
I would have to watch the replay, but I think it was a 1 receiver route. It was a fake to the wing, and then here we come with a 1 receiver route, and Bentonville's pretty excited about whatever has been called here.
And they called it on North Little Rock. They called offensive pass interference on Griffin trying to fight back to the ball. North Little Rock fans aren't happy. You can hear them booing from the other side of the stadium.
Well, the way it
pass interference on the offense. Ball would be turned over after the interception.
The way it started out, it was offensive pass interference, and the way it ended, it was defensive pass interference. So,
Well, another momentum change. And North Little Rock defense had a great stand. Bentonville comes up with a big play. So
that was Ben Sellers on the interception for Bentonville. So Bentonville takes over at the 35. Hand off to Crawford. Crawford across the 35 to the 40. Breaks a tackle, fighting his way across the 45 to the 40 to the 38-yard line. Preston Crawford with the big run on first down.
There's some really good sophomore tailbacks. You look at Thomas for North Little Rock and then Crawford here for Bentonville. I tell you, they've got some great tailbacks here in the sophomore class.
That guy had some yards after contact there as well for Bentonville. It's the first time we've seen the counter play today. The guard H-pull and hit it on the weak side. Nice game.
Crawford still in there. Lyons gives it to Crawford. He's got a blocker across the 35 to the 30. Cuts it to the 26-yard line.
Well, this heavyweight punching right there, buddy. That's all I can tell you. There's some linemen getting out there, getting nasty. You got Big D linemen chasing and tackling. That's just some good high school football right there going on.
14 yards for Crawford. He now has 12 carries, 130 yards. You want to talk about those 2 sophomore running backs? One has 118 yards, the other has 130. Quick pass. Cameron Mays Hunt cuts it at the 10. Ball's on the ground. North Little Rock picks it up. Charger Wildcats pick up the loose ball. Their defense steps up again.
Wow, what a play. Great play by Lions. It was an RPO. They had Cameron Mays Hunt as the inside receiver throwing off the outside backer. Ride the ball in, throw the slant behind him, then a great play to get the ball out. What a change of momentum right here. Third time Bentonville's had a chance for points and don't get any points.
We just need some mud. We need some mud. We got to have some mud. This is the kind of football there ought to be rain, sleet, snow, mud, and, some tearaway jerseys.
Jalen Grizzly there with the play for North Little Rock to rip the ball loose. His teammates jump on it. North Little Rock gets their own turnover. They have the ball inside the 10.
Twins open into the boundary. Here we go. Toss.
Chapel tosses it. It's Thomas with it. Not much there. Thomas is going to pick up about 3 on first down.
I've seen the toss sweep Grand more today than I have in the last 25 years. And,
No
this
doubt.
is it's refreshing. It's been a long time since I got to talk about John Wayne football. This is what we're in the middle of right here.
We're going to see Bryant running some toss sweep next year?
I think we're going to have to put some of that in, Wes.
He's got the backs to do it too,
I'm getting my blood
Wes.
flowing watching this stuff.
Chapel, a quick pass, wide receiver screen, and Bentonville with the sure tackle forces him out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Throwing the bubble screen to number 2, the outside receiver there is to block the most dangerous. Felt the overhang was more dangerous, left the corner alone, and the corner made a nice play.
Aaron Griffin with the 2-yard gain, or Aaron Griffin was blocking on the play. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 15. They got to get it just past the 19 for the first down. Chapel with Attaway in motion. He hands it to Attaway. Attaway across the 20-yard line. He picks up the first down.
Saw the big guard out there again, the big nasty. I tell you what, that guy has ran as many yards as those tailbacks have. He's always out there making some plays, but the beauty is that how quickly the Bentonville defense closes that stuff. You look like they're going to get something, and all of a sudden there's 4 or 5 guys on the tackle.
Attaway hobbles off the field. He's going over to the bench. Trainers are looking at him. First down and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line. Dayan Thomas back there. Thomas gets it. He's up the middle. Across the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 3.
These guys' feet never stop, Billy. They just keep rolling and, make contact, and they get 2 or 3 more yards.
You just look at it. It looks like nothing, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 5. And Bentonville had 4 guys there. Angel Guerrero was right in the middle of all that.
Ball's on the 26-yard line. 2nd down. Got about 6 they need. Chapel's going to keep it. Chapel's got a little bit of a seam, and he's got the first down. Chapel picks up 9 to the 35, 34-yard line.
That's the play we talked about earlier. Don't be surprised if he keeps it. And big 3rd down, Jamie Mitchell's on top of it, just like this Bentonville coaching staff. They make the right call at the right time.
You could just see with the fake, everybody was running to Thomas, and that left the edge open for the quarterback, and David Chapel keeps it, picks up the first down. 1 minute, 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. North Little Rock with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 35. Quick handoff. Fighting forward for a couple of yards.
Nice job, Bentonville defensive front right there. We closed on the G scheme. Had help with the backers over the top. Again, there's 6 or 7 guys there to finish up the pile. This kind of offense from a defensive standpoint wears you out. Physically wears you out. And Bentonville's done an outstanding job of hanging in there, taking care of first down, trying to keep North Little Rock 2nd and long.
Well, Coach, we talked about it at halftime. The time of possession favored North Little Rock, and here's another lengthy drive for them where they're trying to put together another lengthy drive. Quick pass out to the receiver off his hands. A little mustard on that throw, and that time the receiver wasn't able to bring it in. It would have been a short gain, but Aaron Cooney wasn't able to make the catch.
Yeah, the senior corner over there, Loudermilk's a nice player. That may be Cameron Mays Hunt in the game now, but Loudermilk's usually the corner at the top, and then the Crawford kid down here. They both had really, really good years.
3rd and 8 for North Little Rock. They'll need to get the ball almost to the 45 for the first down. Chappell with two receivers to his left, one to his right. Chappell looking to pass. Has the ball complete at the 40, but the sure tackle prevents the receiver from trying to get the first down.
Yeah, I think it's Jaden Loudermilk again over there.
You know, in 1994, I coached against Loudermilk's daddy at Stuttgart. He's from Sugartown over there, and I tell you, he was a heck of a player too. Went on to Arkansas and played football and ran track, and his son is almost a mirror image of what he was able to do.
What a great tackle. I thought he was about to curl it inside and pick up the first down, and Loudermilk throws him down and forces a North Little Rock Charging Wildcats punt.
You know, it's a good drive for North Little Rock, though. They got it out of their inside their 10-yard line and get it out to midfield and at least give Bentonville a long field.
High punt. Bentonville fields it and breaks a couple tackles. He's to the outside with room to run across the 50 to the 45 to the 40, dragged down at the 34-yard line. What a great return for the Tigers.
Well, they got the leverage of the punt cover team, got inside, and he broke leverage on the outside, found him an opening. Nice run.
That's Harrison
Campbell.
Yeah.
Wow. The
Harrison
receiver
Campbell
doing it as a punt returner.
He's done it. He's the guy that keeps making plays for them. He's probably their unsung hero.
A little bit of a close block in the back right there. The Bentonville defender hit the guy and put his hands up like, oh, I was good, I was good. He was good. It's not a flag. It's not a penalty. 1st and 10 from the 34. Lions keeps it. Rolls right. He's looking back for Campbell. Campbell's got it at a 5. Touchdown, Preston Crawford with the score.
Bootleg throwback.
How many times you seen it on first down? You know, they come back after a big play and they give you eye candy one way and then boom, throwing it back.
Preston Crawford hauls it in, a one-play drive for Bentonville. Big punt return, big play on first down, and Bentonville gets on the scoreboard.
This might end up who has the ball last.
Very well could be.
Very big extra point here.
Huge.
To give Bentonville the lead. Sam Younger with the kick. It's good. Bentonville retakes the lead. 24-23 into the third quarter. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter action coming up. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started. Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Nathan Lyons and Preston Crawford hook up for a big play, and Bentonville takes the lead 24-23, and we're ready to start the fourth quarter. Preston Crawford, the sophomore running back, 12 carries, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. He's got 2 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. So combined, 201 yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns for Preston Crawford. Here's the kick from the Tigers. It's a low line drive kick. North Little Rock fields it at the 15. Breaks the tackle. Up the middle. Room to run. down at the 39-yard line. The charging Wildcats get a nice return from Deontay Montgomery. That's where David Chappell, Brandon Thomas, Tyler Day, and the charging Wildcats will start their first possession in the fourth quarter.
Wes, I know you're looking at it, but 267 yards rushing for North Little Rock to 142 for Bentonville. Sort of a stat that I wouldn't have thought would have been that much of discrepancy.
Chappell in the shotgun this time. Chappell fakes it one way, they come back the other way. Attaway with it. Attaway picks up 2 yards. So they faked it to Brandon Thomas going to the right. Bring it back to Attaway going left.
They've been running that jet sweep to the field, and now they come back with a little pin and pull method off the Utah, hand it behind the quarterback after the fake.
North Little Rock's ran more plays than Bentonville has. Remember, they started out with just 6 possessions in the first quarter at one point.
6 plays on their first 2 drives. Handoff up the middle. Thomas breaking tackles across the 40. He's inside Bentonville territory to the 39.
You know, we talked about it at halftime again, the time of possession, 22 minutes, 13 minutes for Bentonville, and it just wears on your buck. I mean, you keep hitting those guys, hitting those guys. You got 10 yards after contact right there.
Yeah, and then, make a tackle late right there for a saving touchdown. But a couple guys limping off for Bentonville, starting to take a toll on them. It's a physical football game for both teams.
First down from the 39. Quick handoff up to Tyler Day. Day across the 30-yard line, close to a first down. They'll give him 9 yards on the play. Set up 2nd and 1. The quick hitter from Tyler Day.
Tyler Day's like tackling a Mack truck. That guy's a big running back. He looks like he's about 6'2", 220. There's been some good days at North Little Rock.
3 carries, 24 yards for this day. This time they're going to follow Day and pick up the first down. Day leading the way. Ball is marked at the 26-yard line.
You know, Bentonville had a great punt return, and boom, they score on the first play, but their defense was out there 8 or 9 or 10 plays. They have no rest. Here they are right back getting I mean, it's just really tough defensively. Try to catch your breath, this physical nature. Really tough on Bentonville defense. Really need to stand right here.
You saw it just then on the shot. Hands on the hip. Sucking air, looking over at the coaching staff. 1st and 10 from the 25. Day with it, picking his way. Gain of 5 on first down.
You see the momentum changing up front, but I tell you, Bentonville is able to throw the football, and they're able to big play them on throwing the football, and that's, it's a great equalizer.
Ball is marked right at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 6. 2nd down and 4. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the game. Toss out right to Brandon Thomas. Thomas, room to run. He's got a first down. Cuts it in inside the 5-yard line. Thomas picks up the first down. Takes it 15 yards on the play.
They oversplit the Twins to the field that time and ran toss sweep to the nub side to the field. They found something on that play at halftime. They've come out and they've run it 2 or 3 times second half success.
Coach, there's your 64 again leading the way.
Yeah, that guy's an animal.
Yeah, he's a dude.
1st and goal. Ball at the 5. Day at fullback. Thomas deep. It's Chappell keeping it. Chappell stretching it across.
He fumbled.
They calling him down over here.
He fumbled on the end of Arkansas. That had to be a touchdown before then.
They called him down.
They're calling him down at the 1.
Wow.
Or inside the 1.
Wow.
Here's the replay. Chappell stretching it out.
They're not going to show that but once.
That's close. It's hard to see if where his knee is when he's down.
They going to throw it here, Buck?
Oh, no. The 64 is fixing to lead them to the promised land.
Chappell
went to the other side.
In. Thanks to Day, pushing him in. Touchdown, North Little Rock. Charging Wildcats retake the lead. It's 29-24 with 8 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
Boy, Bentonville answers with a big play, and then here comes North Little Rock to answer again. Yeah, it might be the time that you think about one or two here. You know, one doesn't do you any, well, I guess it puts you up
One
6.
does you no good.
One does you no good.
They're looking at it.
They did this about 3 times against us and didn't work any.
They're not kicking
once.
this. They're going to try a 2-point conversion. Chappell's in the shotgun. Chappell to Attaway. Attaway stacked up and can't keep it. Looked like if Chappell would have kept it, he could have walked in.
We
We
got
got
a late
penalty
flag. Yeah.
Late flag.
It's going to be on Bentonville.
Play will be marked dead, so they'll mark it off on the kickoff. So the 2-point conversion is no good. It leaves us with the score 29-24, North Little Rock leading with 8 minutes and 49 seconds to go. They're huddled up discussing this penalty.
Tried motion and out-leverage them there and then ran like a little inside zone on the 2-point play. Bentonville did a great job. They were, I misspoke. It's on North Little Rock. Bentonville did a great job defensively to shut that down.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That can be huge too, Wes.
Yeah. That is big. We'll take a break and see what happens this last 8 minutes and 49 seconds. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship game.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
you have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Back at it, 29-24, North Little Rock leads it. Let's clarify, the penalty was not on North Little Rock, it was on Bentonville, so North Little Rock kicking off from the 45, a short field. It'll be interesting to see what Nick Burks does here. And it's a little squib kick, almost like an onside kick. Bentonville falls on it. Smart play there, I think. You might as well try for it with that field, even if they recover it. Whether even 10 yards, they get the ball at the 35. The squib kick went a little further. Bentonville falls on it at the 26-yard line.
Actually, it's probably the worst field position that Bentonville started with all day long, so it was a great decision.
Yeah, they just gave up 6 yards even if they wanted to kick it in the end zone, so it turned out good.
Well, it's a big series right here for the Bentonville offense. We'll see how conditioning comes into play right here with the defenses and the offenses, and see who's spent the time out there in their extra conditioning. It's a hot day out there for as far as football goes.
For December 2nd, it is hot. Lions in the shotgun. Crawford next to him. Lions looking to pass. He throws it out to Mays Hunt. He makes the catch. He's pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Same play you saw about the second or third play of the game, the double out route. Cameron Mays, the inside Twins guy, runs a nice route, cut him in man coverage.
Mays gives you a little bit of Earl Campbell. He limps between plays and outruns you during the play, so you can't watch that guy too much. I think he's throwing out some false cards. He's limped all the way out there.
Run faster than a lot of high school kids on one leg. Lions with Crawford. He's coming this way. Lions picking his hole. He's crossed the 40 to the 41-yard line. Pick up at 4.
I had a scout tell me one time that youth was wasted on the young. And these guys out here are playing like there's no tomorrow.
They'll mark it closer to the 42, so a gain of about 5. 8 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the 7A state championship game. Lions has Crawford with him in the backfield. Mays Hunt not out there. That's Crawford up the middle. Breaks one tackle, but can't make the second defender miss.
That's a really good tackle.
Great tackle, great run.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really good tackle by Kyrie Davis. Came up from the secondary, made a great play. Good run by the running back. 3rd and 3, big play right here.
Yeah, he made a guy miss. I mean, just made that lateral move was, sometimes great runs for, back for 2 or 3 yards, but gives them a chance here.
Ball at the 44-yard line. They need about 2.5, 3 yards. Lions to Escamilla. Escamilla, it's close. I think he has it.
It's going to be close.
Back to the 2 tight ends, give him a 7-way go there, Buck, and he cuts it back and got their downhill guy in there, made a nice run.
They're going to call the chains in.
I like the mentality. I like the way that they do that, Billy. I think especially against these odds fronts and being able to have not necessarily the gap you're going to run at, but a direction and find the hole and go.
Yep. And I like Bentonville's response on this drive. North Little Rock goes down, had a big drive, and then Bentonville comes right back methodically. Their defense is getting a rest over here on the sideline, which I think is huge. Big first down there.
Got it by the nose of the ball.
I think after watching this, Billy, I'm looking for the Purple Dogs next year to come out there and, 2 back, 7-man.
2 tight ends.
Yeah, 2 tight ends.
We won't do that till week 3.
Fayetteville and Bryant play in week 3. First down. Ball at the 47-yard line. Crawford in there with Lyons. Lyons keeping it, wants to pass. It's the throwback pass. No, he's going to go to Crawford. They had it set up to throw it back, but North Little Rock had a couple of guys over there, so he goes to Crawford.
I tell you, there's some gassed young men out there. They're tired, and a great job by the North Little Rock secondary. They sniffed it out that time, and then great play by the quarterback to almost make a highlight film play there.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Escamilla in there now. Crawford getting a little bit of a blow. Cameron Mays Hunt lined up on the near side. That's Escamilla. Met at the 48, powers his way across midfield. Escamilla with a tough 4-yard run. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Fresh legs, got his body going forward, ran inside zone to the right. He did a nice job hitting it downhill, got 2 or 3 yards after contact. One of those runs Buck was talking about. A great run that gets 3 yards, but it's a great run.
Another big 3rd down play. The North Little Rock Charging Wildcat fans on their feet. The Bentonville Tiger fans on their feet.
Watch tight end, big number 47.
Lyons looking to pass. He's looking for that tight end. He's got his tight end. It's caught. First down. Buck James going Tony Romo on us and calling out the play before it happens.
I wish I could do that on Friday night. It's a lot easier up here, Wes. Sort of like leaning on that fence.
Hey, when they get those 2 tight ends and you're playing man coverage and 1 safety, Tyler Johnson's a mismatch issue with a safety. What a great throw by Lyons, too. Led him on the inside. Nice play.
You got to go to your dudes. Your dudes are going to win the game for you, and that's what that guy is. He's straight dude.
6 minutes, 17 seconds left in the game. Tigers driving. Lions keeping. Lions breaks 1 tackle. Down to the 15-yard line.
What a great drive. Boy, they've mixed it up. They've mixed up some personnels. You've seen speed option. You've seen inside zone. You've seen pin and pull. You've seen pin and pull pass. What a great methodical drive. And, again, I think it's very important that the Bentonville defense is over here drinking water. So what an important drive, more than just points.
Lions out at the 16, but it's good enough for a first down. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the game. Preston Crawford back in the game. Crawford gets it. Got a blocker to the 10, to the 5. Stretching for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, we're talking about Bentonville's defense being tired. I'm not sure North Little Rock's not tired right now. What a great run by Preston Crawford.
I think we're watching Ali Frazier. This is a heavyweight battle right here. This is big boy football. They're able to run it, throw it. Bentonville's going for 2.
Look at this run. Would not be denied. Stretches. He wasn't in, but We don't have replay in high school. He had a knee down trying to stretch it across, but no replay. Touchdown's good. Now they're going to go for 2 points, it looks like.
The sideline official had got blocked off by a couple of players. He was on the 6 or 7 yard line. No way he could see it, so the umpire, I think, made the call.
He did make the call. They're going to place the ball on the right hash mark. Now they're moving it inside the right hash mark. The Tigers up by 1. They want to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game.
Better have your heads up here, Buck. Ain't no telling what's coming out of this.
Look for 21. I think he's the guy that seems to come up with these plays.
Or Tyler
quarterback
Johnson,
running the football.
Tight end.
Lions, quick pass to Mays Hunt. Mays Hunt is short.
No.
Wow.
Wildcats tackle him short. So we've seen both teams go for a 2-point conversion, and both teams have failed. Our score, 30-29. Bentonville leads with 5 minutes and 59 seconds to go. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fearless Friday and Fidelity Local 6.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
Just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
You know, within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
It's the 7A state championship game, but it is a heavyweight fight. Bentonville, North Little Rock, blow for blow. Bentonville leads by a point, 30-29 with 5 minutes and 59 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I'm so impressed with Bentonville and North Little Rock. They've overcome some adversity. They've had some bad turnovers. They've had some bad field position, and both teams just keep punching. It's impressive.
North Little Rock fields the kickoff inside the 5-yard line. They've got it to the 20, to the 23-yard line.
Well, we'll see what goes on now. We'll see how that run game has beat down that defense, or if that defense is going to step up and set the challenge. It's going to be a great series right here, big series.
Yeah, and there's so much time. Nothing really has to change, does it, Buck, in terms of what North Little Rock does? So
I think they would like to have about a 5-minute and 45-second touchdown drive.
Exactly.
Chappell with 2 backs behind him. He's under center.
There you
Toss
go.
Out right. Brandon Thomas picking his way, breaks the tackle. Thomas to the sideline. Thomas picks up about 9 yards on first down. What a it didn't look like there was much there. And Thomas gets out of a tackle and gets 9 yards on first down.
Looks like a play for no gain. Then I was following it, and he got 5 yards, and then you look up, the second one.
Unbelievable, results out of that play, game in, game out for the last 2 years.
Ball is at the 33-yard line. Second and about a foot. Chappell fakes it. He's looking to pass. Chappell's going deep over the middle, and he's got his receiver. His receiver, Aaron Griffin, catches it, and he's gone. 5 touchdown, North Little Rock 2-play drive.
Wow.
Wow.
Caught it between the safety and the trailing corner. The safety was in position, and I don't know how he got it in there. I don't know what happened. And what a great throw and a great catch. Really a 2 receiver there that time, and Griffin on the post route. What a great play. Safety almost overplayed it, Buck.
Well, the kid looked like he quit running because he couldn't get over the top, and he threw it, and he just kept running, kept jogging to it, and all of a sudden he saw he could catch it and ran underneath it. And
wow.
It's like they say, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are good. Or is it 2 of them are bad?
This is going for 2, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. They are up by 5. North Little Rock leads at 35-30. So this 2-point conversion, if successful, would make it a 7-point game.
Hey, you got to run the toss again, don't you?
Well, it's 2 tight ends, so
yeah.
Wouldn't shock anybody.
Chappell with the toss to Thomas. Thomas into the end zone. We got a couple coaches calling the plays out before it happens.
Here we go.
North Little Rock leads at 37-30. 5 minutes, 34 seconds to go. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Being local, being part of the town, is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action, you know.
And customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Buck James, you just said it. What a game. Holy, I got goosebumps, man. This is awesome.
It's big boy football. I tell you, people that didn't come out and watch this game or are not watching on TV are missing something. This is instant classic. I think they'll play this on ESPN next week.
Are you telling our programmers what to do?
Yeah.
You're calling the plays up here. Now you're calling the plays for our programmer. We got to replay this one.
I tell you what, it'll be on Fox Sports Network. Arkansas football is best.
High kickoff from Burks to about the 24-yard line. Bentonville's going to try to return it. They'll pick up about 10 yards. They'll bring it out to the 33.
Bentonville's not going to panic either, guys. They're going to do what they do, stick to their knitting. Nathan Lyons is a dual threat guy. He's made some plays down the field. They've done a nice job running the ball. They would also like to have about a 5-minute drive right here, I think.
Difference, though, that North Little Rock 2-point conversion makes it a 7-point score. Bentonville go for 2. Try to win it before overtime.
I would. I can't speak for my partner over here.
Well, that may be too soon. First things first, Bentonville has to score. 37-yard line. Lions to Crawford. Crawford, nothing there. Charging Wildcats defense steps up. A little adrenaline flowing right now for North Little Rock. They know how big this is.
No doubt. There's no doubt. I guarantee you, those guys are so competitive. They're going to try to win any chance they get, and that's what good coaches do. They go for the win.
2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain from Crawford. Crawford up to 149 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He's got a touchdown receiving. Lions hands it off to Crawford, and Crawford's met again right in the hole. Another 1-yard gain from Crawford.
Tried to run split zone, bring the H-back back across the face of the behind the offensive lineman for a split zone look. What a nice job by North Little Rock right here on this series. They're getting some subs in there, Buck. They're rotating some defensive linemen in there now. Going to try to get a pass rush going right here.
I saw Antonio Davis celebrating. Big play for the Charging Wildcats defense. 3rd down. 8 to go, a long 8. 4 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the game.
Better find number 2.
Play clock at 10. They're going to have to call a timeout, it looks like.
Tubas are twisting. They're jumping. It's this football right now, right here, big play.
4 seconds, 2 seconds. There's your timeout.
Yeah.
Bentonville's going to talk about it. We're going to take the timeout with them. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship games.
Timeout.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth? Competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity, and cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Taking a look at the 5A game tonight, PA McClellan. 6:30 kickoff. Join us at 6 o'clock for our pregame show. Here, we got 3rd down and about 8. The ball is on the 39-yard line. Huge play for Bentonville. Twin receivers to the left, one comes in motion. Now 3 receivers to the right. Lyons looking to his right. Lyons has a man wide open at the 40. Oh, is he in? 44-yard line. They're going to say he was in.
Wow.
Hey, if they need a big play, you dial 2-1.
I tell you what, they were in stack formation, and they bring Campbell all the way across in motion, and nobody ran with him. Man coverage, and nobody ran with him, wide open.
Another look at the replay. Campbell on the sideline, wide open, and yeah, he has his foot down, left foot down before the right foot steps out of bounds. So Lions with Crawford in the backfield, still alive. Fake it to Crawford, out to Cameron Mays-Hunt. It's too high.
What on that last play, they ran the double post. They had Mays on the second post open as well, but nobody ran with the wheel route.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line.
I'm impressed with this quarterback. He's a winner. He's a winner in every – look in the dictionary, his face right there beside the picture winner.
2nd down. 13 seconds left on the play clock. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left in the game.
Time for the big tight end.
Lions looking to throw, looking towards Mays-Hunt. Mays-Hunt coming open in the middle.
He got it.
Quarterback's hit, and it's picked off. North Little Rock's defensive lineman picks it off. The Charger Wildcats take over with 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go.
Tried to run a corner back to the post with Cameron Mays-Hunt. The play took a little time to develop. He was on a double move. He was about ready to throw it. What a great play by the defensive front from North Little Rock, and then athletic enough to catch the football.
We have had 67 total points scored in this game, but the biggest play of the game comes from the defense. The Charging Wildcats defense puts the pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive lineman look like from up here, big number 71, Sam Taylor picks it off. Johnny on the spot. Who says defensive linemen don't have hands? Look at Sam Taylor hauling it in. Xavion Moore with the pressure causing it. Brandon Thomas out wide to the right. Thomas picks up 7 yards on 1st down.
Student body right. Boy, they got in a wing set right there, tossed it, and ran student body right for 7 yards.
I interviewed Xavion Moore before the game, or before the championship week began, and he talked about how much this game meant after what they went through last year, how all off season, starting in January, the up-downs, the 7-on-7, and the spring ball, all the workouts. Last year fueled them all season long because they wanted to come back, but this time finish the job. Xavion Moore doing his best to make sure North Little Rock finishes the job.
It's your why.
Chappell under center. Got Day right behind him. He's going to hand it to Day. Day bounces off one tackler, fights forward for 2 yards. Pickup of about 2.5. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. Clock is running. 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the game.
Bentonville has 2 timeouts left, so you start monitoring when to start using those because you know that North Little Rock's going to run the football. So you start
fixing to be quarterback sneak right here.
Quarterback sneak, fullback dive, something quick.
Yeah.
They've got 15 seconds on the play clock. They're going to use all 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
2 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the game. Chappell under center. Chappell taking his time. There's your quarterback sneak. He's got the 1st down. Now Bentonville will be forced to use some of their timeouts. The play clock will stop with 2 minutes and 10 seconds as they reset the chains.
So if they don't use a timeout here, it's going to be under 2 minutes to go before they snap it. And Bentonville has 2 to use. So I would think they would let the 1st down play run and then start taking them on 2nd down, which is going to take them close to 1 minute and 30 seconds or so.
For North Little Rock, one more 1st down, and that could be the ball game.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Clock is ticking. We are under 2 minutes to go. Play clock at 12 seconds.
Barring a fumble, they're not going to have a lot of time.
5 seconds on the play clock. Chappell to Thomas. Thomas up the middle. Thomas into the secondary, tripped up inside the 20-yard line. He's knocked down at the 19. Brandon Thomas with maybe the biggest run of his young career. He has 100 and 76 yards before that carry, but that may have been the biggest carry of the game.
Well, Dante Smith, the big offensive lineman, pulled around there on the power play, made a great block, sealed the inside linebacker, and here goes North Little Rock on an ISO play.
We're going to take this break. We'll come back with the last minute and 40 seconds. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship game.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started.
I know. That's what you need.
All right, we're back for the last minute and 40 seconds. North Little Rock with the ball on the 19-yard line. Bentonville used their second timeout, so Bentonville has one more timeout. Let's do the math here. They can run a play, call a timeout, they're out of timeouts, and then with a 25-second play clock, if they stop, I don't know if they have enough time.
That's 75 seconds.
Yeah. That play clock, they're not going to take a knee, but I bet they run it right up the middle a couple of times.
Get up slow. Fall slow, get up slow.
Chappell right up the middle, handing it off to Brandon Thomas. Thomas takes it down to the 13-yard line, and Bentonville uses their last timeout. That was a pickup of 6 yards. That will put Brandon Thomas at 199 yards for the game.
Yeah, one of those situations, if you're North Little Rock, then it's like Buck said, you get up slow. You do not hand the ball to the official. You stay on the ground as long as you can. If you're Bentonville, you got to get the ball out, Buck. You got to get a strip right here. You got to get the ball out.
In all fairness to Bentonville, they're tired. I mean, there's been a lot of football plays ran on the North Little Rock side of the football, and they've ran that football a lot. They've been on the field a lot. It's they're going to have to come up with a play. Somebody's got to make a play to get the ball back for them to have any chance at all.
1 minute, 32 seconds. Ball is marked at about the 13-yard line. North Little Rock is coming back onto the field. Bentonville now out of timeouts. I think the Charging Wildcats are close to feeling this one.
Their fans are.
Yes, they are.
Their fans are.
And what a crowd for North Little Rock. You look over there at the opposite side. Huge crowd for North Little Rock. Chappell's going to give it to Day. The first man through, and Day, look at the power, and he rolls in. Touchdown, North Little Rock. A little icing on the cake. Tyler Day makes it 43-30. North Little Rock celebrating now.
Wes, did they let them score?
Well, here's the replay right here. Day, a big back. He bounced off the
they let him score.
Safety, and
you know one of the things you look at there is you let them score. You try to go score and get an onside kick.
That's your only chance.
And so maybe that's what the staff thought. I don't know if that was their thinking or not, but it's a good run by Day anyway. Just a little belly G.
Savannah Melton's extra point is good. North Little Rock leads by 2 touchdowns, 44-30. 1 minute, 27 seconds left. So there you called it. Coach, you got to go down and score quickly. You got to get the onside kick and go score again.
That's exactly right. And, I have no timeouts left. So this kickoff return's a big thing. And then you got to work the boundaries and work the first down stakes and see if you can get a quick one.
Trying to put my math skills to work right now as I'm thinking in my brain. If you listen real hard, you can hear those wheels turning a little bit. They're turning slowly, but by my math, North Little Rock last won a state championship in 1972. Well, you do the math there. What was that, 35 years ago, 45 years ago?
I'll say that most of them's parents, and definitely none of them were born yet.
Some of those parents over there weren't born.
I hope not.
40.
I tell you, I know they
years.
haven't won one West since the playoff started. The playoff the way it is now, and it's something they got to last year. They got to experience it, and boy, here they are with a minute and 27 seconds of something they've been working hard for, and Coach Mitchell's been building for 3 years, and what a great effort by those kids and that staff. And I know their stakeholders and fan base are extremely excited right now.
Well, and there's something else to be said for the 7A Central. This will be the first state title for the 7A Central if North Little Rock holds on this last minute and 27 seconds since 2004. Since Little Rock Central went back-to-back in 03 and 04. So you're looking at a drought of 13 years. And Coach Mitchell told me earlier this week on my radio show that he had been receiving some phone calls from some coaches in his conference. Maybe one of them was from you, Coach James, that wishing him luck. He said guys that normally we're competing with and battling against week in and week out were wishing me luck and hoping we could get it done for the 7A Central.
We're all brothers in this game, and you got to give a lot of credit to the guys before Coach Mitchell. I think Brad Boulding, set the road for this program, and I think Coach Mitchell has more than capitalized on it. But this has been a process coming for the last 6 to 8 years, and I'm proud of Coach Mitchell, but I also know the hard work that Coach Boulding put into this too. And it's a huge accomplishment to get to here, and it don't happen overnight.
Well, let me say this too: it's showing the commitment is worth it. The North Little Rock School District, the North Little Rock voters, they help pave the way for that new facility over there,
no doubt. And
it creates an excitement, it creates interest. You get more kids playing football. They want to be involved, and that only helps your football team. It's like the movie. You build it, they will come. Well, they built it, the players came, and now a state championship may be coming.
No doubt. And, they got good stuff, and then they got good players. And I tell you, it takes all of it. High school football now is about enthusiasm and participation and getting guys to want to come out there and do the little things. There's countless hours that nobody gets to see to get these guys to here. And with the 7-on-7, the weight room, and the conditioning and the morning practice, these guys have more than earned their way here.
So Bentonville takes over. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Lions looking to pass. Got Cameron Mays Hunt for a short gain, and he is wrapped up, brought down at the 41-yard line. Mays makes the catch, but pays for it with the lick, and the help comes for the North Little Rock defense. They bring him down, gain of 7, and the clock keeps ticking. North Little Rock is fine with those short 7-yard passes as long as that clock keeps ticking. 1 minute to go.
Yeah, they're in a prevent 3-deep coverage. They'll give them anything underneath they want to take. So
Lyons is going to keep it. He runs it up the middle. Lyons picks up the first down, so the clock will stop momentarily at 50 seconds. Ball is marked just outside the 45. Looks like we have a player down.
And we need to.
I think that is Lyons. Lyons, the injured player. And it looks like he's holding his chest and may have had the wind knocked out of him.
Also a shout out to Larry Stanley, the defense coordinator for a long time over at North Little Rock. He was my college coach, and he's into his 70s now, and I see him walking around over there. And as far as I know, this is his first state championship, and he's a special guy in my life and what he was able to do for me as a player and a person. And I know this has got to be something exciting for him. I see him over there walking around, can't hardly wait.
Yeah, and let's don't forget, Bentonville's had a great year.
Right.
Jody Grant's had a great year. His staff's done a great job. They started out 0-2, won some games, got it going. Nathan Lyons came on and played like a champion. We hope he's okay. And what a great year for the Bentonville Tigers.
Lyons' numbers for the afternoon, 16 of 30 for 248 yards and 1 touchdown. He also ran it 8 times for 59 yards. Tough young man. Lyons out of the game. Easton Hughes comes in. Hughes looking to pass. He has Crawford open out in the flat, and Crawford will get out of bounds. I was wondering if he was going to step out, but he does get out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 39 seconds left in the game.
And it also says a lot for Bentonville. You know, this first year they've been really split up, you know, all together like this. And, you know, they were a JV program, and then the second year of being separated. And both teams, you know, right there in the top of the conference, says a lot about Bentonville football.
Hughes for the season, 18 of 21. So he's had some duty at some point or another, and good-looking quarterback, a good-looking junior quarterback, may be the quarterback next year when Lyons leaves. That's a quick pass out to Cameron Mays-Hunt. He'll step out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 34 seconds left to go in the game. North Little Rock's going to call the timeout. North Little Rock just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Ball is on the 35-yard line. Pick up 5 yards for Cameron Mays-Hunt. Hunt now on the afternoon, 8 catches for 66 yards. But for North Little Rock, the thing that they'll be happy with, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, both teams will go back and look at missed opportunities and great plays that their kids made. And, you know, what a great, you know, Buck's been here, and I've been fortunate enough to be here and play in this game. And what a great excitement it is for the kids and the coaches and everything that goes into it. That North Little Rock, those folks over there are ready to erupt, Buck.
There's nothing worse than losing the state championship game and nothing better than winning one. I've been on both sides of that, but my hat's off to both of these programs. They do it the right way, very well coached, and a lot of pride and tradition in both programs.
That's right.
Hughes back to pass. Hughes going across the middle to Cameron Mays-Hunt. Hunt cuts back across the field. He's at the 10-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a first down with 25 seconds to go. Bentonville knocking on the door. I've been handed the MVP ballots, guys. Your vote? Is that Brandon Thomas?
I don't see how it couldn't be.
23 carries, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns for the sophomore running back. Tell you what, Xavier Moore had a heck of a play on that sack. Hughes looking into the end zone. The pass is complete. That's your touchdown. Bentonville not going away yet.
We got an onside kick coming.
Tyler Johnson right there on the touchdown catch. Big tight end.
Here's a look at the replay. Johnson just runs in there. Looks like a big post player in basketball. Gets in there, gets wide, shows his big body, the numbers. Quarterback delivers it. How about Hughes coming in and throwing the quick touchdown?
Exactly, man. He looked like he hadn't missed a beat. Easton Hughes, nice job on that drive. No incompletions. Hit a nice pass to Tyler Johnson for the touchdown.
Yeah, Hughes on that drive, 4 for 4, 55 yards, and the touchdown, of course. So Hughes on the season is 22 of 25. Pretty good numbers. Kick is good. So it's back to a 1-touchdown game with 17 seconds. It's going to come down to this onside kick. North Little Rock recovers the onside kick. Keep an eye on the Gatorade bottles.
Hey, crazy things happen.
Yeah.
We've seen them, haven't we?
I guess we better hold off on this MVP ballot real quick. We'll hold it off for at least one more play.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Van Horn has recruited a really good football team too. That tells you to all these kids out there in the state. You know, you can be a heck of a high school football player and still be a college baseball player. But these 3 young men on Bentonville's team have to put in extra hours and a lot of work, and to be the type of baseball player they are, and then be this type of football player says a lot for those young men.
How about last night for Greenwood? Connor Nolan.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you guys are big on 2 sport stars, 3 sport guys. The more you play, the better you are, and we're seeing some great examples this weekend.
No question.
You may not want to throw inside to the Razorback baseball team in the future. They got some hosses coming their way.
You don't want to clear the benches.
No, you don't. All right, North Little Rock set up. They know what's coming. They got their hands, guys. The hands team is out there.
What about the other sophomore, Preston Crawford? He's had a heck of a day as well, boy. Both those sophomores, man, both of these teams have bright futures at running back.
236 combined yards for Crawford. Here's the onside kick.
Oh, he let it
Gets
Grant.
the big hop.
Sure did.
And it's caught. I think it's Cameron Mays-Hunt. Was that Hunt that got that?
You know, the guy kind of sat back and let it hop the 3rd time or 2nd time. And he didn't rush and get the big hop, and Cameron Mays Hunt makes another play for the Tigers. One more before his 17-second career is ended.
May have been the biggest play of the game, and you called it. They let it bounce one time too many, and North Little Rock's Aaron Cooney wasn't able to come up with it.
Yeah,
this is definitely an instant classic, and I tell you, I've been on one end of these, and I can tell you right now, there's a sick feeling in a lot of people's stomach right now, and this is one of those games that you hate to lose, but somebody's going to feel really relieved when they get a chance to win it.
Ain't no doubt.
Talk about some worn-out coaches and worn-out players and worn-out fans.
I'm worn out.
And announcers, huh?
I'm telling you, I feel like I've been rode hard.
Boy, they got the perfect hop there, Buck. He just
got great field position.
And Cameron Mays makes a play, and Bentonville's got it on the 42-yard line.
Well,
17 seconds. 17 seconds, no timeouts.
And number 2, I'm telling you guys, can make a play.
Number 2's limped all the way out there, but he's fixing to have jets on those shoes.
There's no doubt.
Don't forget about number 47.
Don't forget 21.
Yeah, 21. He's the kind of guy that can make this play. Big-time plays right here fixing to be made for somebody.
Cameron Mays Hunt lined up on the short side of the field, closest to us. Bottom of your screen.
I still don't see Lyons. Do you, Wes?
Nope, Lyons is not in there. Still the backup quarterback, Easton Hughes. He was perfect on the last drive after coming in for Lyons. Hughes was 4 for 4.
So
55 yards, 1 touchdown.
North Little Rock's in a 3-deep prevent, so Bentonville still got time to work the boundary, work the first down. So they get the ball to the 20-yard line. That's when your jump balls start happening. So if they could hit something right here for a first down or for a boundary throw, then they can start throwing it in the end zone.
It's something where you maybe send some of the guys deep and sneak Crawford out of the backfield and hit him on one of those passes and maybe pick up 15, 20 yards and cut it in half what you need to get.
They definitely want to throw the ball in the middle of the field. That's what they want.
Set the game clock at 15 seconds, please. 15 seconds.
Going to have a 2-second runoff after the onside kick because Cooney wasn't able to bring it in, but it bounced off of him, so the clock should have started at that moment. So instead of 17 seconds, we have 15 seconds left in the game. Probably 2 snaps, maybe 3. So Hughes drops it, picks it up. Hughes under pressure, but he finds Crawford. Crawford steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 10 seconds left.
Now you have a legitimate shot to throw it in the end zone, and you got 2 shots at it, Buck.
Yeah, Wes, I'm thinking about, 20 years now when they make this movie, who's going to be the color commentators. This is going to be one of those classics.
Hughes in at quarterback for Lyons. He was knocked out in the last series. The junior quarterback completes another pass. He's perfect, 5 for 5.
Mays is to the field.
Hughes fakes it. Hughes under pressure from behind. The pass is
he caught.
It was caught at the 10.
Time. No time.
2 seconds left.
First down and stops.
They have stopped the clock with 2 seconds left.
I don't think they can get up there. They're going to have a play ready.
Well, you got to kill it. And I
don't think you can kill it, too. So you got to run a play.
You got to run a play. I don't think you can kill it.
They're talking,
and don't run play fake.
That's right.
A run fake.
Neither team with the timeout.
If he kills it right here, it should be ball game. And he's killing it. He's killing it. I don't know that you can do that.
No, he had 1 second.
It's impossible.
He had 1 second.
I don't know.
There's no time. North Little Rock is running onto the field. They're celebrating. The Bentonville coaches are talking with the officials. He's pleading for 1 more second. I don't think he's going to get it.
Very hard to do that.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think
to snap the ball and shoot it with 2 seconds left. I think it has to be 2 points something in order for it to be for possible.
Well, I saw the hands go up with 1 second on the clock.
The officials are still huddled. Bentonville has spoken with the officials.
I feel for both of these teams.
Oh, wow.
North Little Rock is out there trying to talk to the officials. They're pleading their case. The officials are huddling. Game's over. North Little Rock wins the 7A title. Bentonville 10 yards short of tying this up.
And We need to get the officials can't even run off the field. They're so tired. Look at them. They're walking.
I tell you, you sit there for that delay, and then all of a sudden the air goes out of you if you're North Little Rock. And then all of a sudden you're the champion, the 7A state champion. And Bentonville,
this could get ugly.
The air's out of Bentonville.
You hate to see it end this way. After the way Bentonville, and now the coaches are trying to yell at the players to come back on the field. Some of the Bentonville players were trying to go to the locker room. But in this game, you stick around, you get presented with the second place trophy. The Tigers are coming back from headed to the locker room, the Charging Wildcats. Kind of a awkward celebration for them also because they didn't know what was going on either.
For 30 seconds there, neither team knew. I'm gonna reflect back to 2006. We were playing Warren here. We had a 2-point play on this end with Jarius Wright. And there was exactly what happened. Nobody knew what happened. We didn't know if it was good, it wasn't good, and it was a game winner. And it was a 15-second lull before anybody knew whether it was good or not. And just kind of a heart sunk. You didn't know how to react. What a great win for Jamie Mitchell.
Oh, no doubt. And this is a team, really, nobody really loses. It's just that one team gets a trophy, and both of them represent their communities and their coaches, schools in the right way. Class act by both programs, and nobody wants to lose this game by any means. But none of them have any right to hold their head down. They were all champions.
We talked about the heart of champions earlier in the half. North Little Rock falls behind early. They respond. Bentonville responds to it was back and forth the entire game. North Little Rock's up 14 points with a minute 27 to go in the game. And Bentonville, with their backup quarterback, drives down, scores, gets the onside kick, and gets to the 10-yard line when the game ends on a controversial play.
It's awesome. I'm not sure if they played 10 times, you wouldn't see 8 or 9 of these. Yeah. Just two good football teams, two disciplined, two great programs. Fun to watch.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the celebration, post-game show, and much more. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Championship games brought to you by Fidelity Local 6 and Fearless Friday.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Oh, that was a great one. But coming up tonight, the 5A state championship game between Pulaski Academy and McClellan. Kickoff 6:30. Our pregame show at 6. Buck James, Billy Dawson with me in the booth. If that game is anything like this game, I'm going to sleep well tonight. I'm worn out. That was awesome. Awesome game.
I am. I'm mentally fatigued. But what a great game. What a classic. It's a lot of fun to watch. Two really good football teams with a lot of class and tradition, and you hate to have a loser, but both of them have a lot to be proud of.
I would have never predicted 81 total points in this game.
No, me neither. Me neither. Really two good offenses, and the defenses did a great job of making plays. Offenses were just so potent.
The North Little Rock Charging Wildcats are celebrating with their students. They're celebrating their first state title in 45 years. North Little Rock celebrating after being on the other side last year. They had to sit and watch Fayetteville celebrate a state title. This year, they're the ones celebrating. It was something they told me that they worked for the last 12 months to make sure it doesn't happen again. And the Charging Wildcats take care of business and win 44-37. It's one of those that I think I'll go back, and as the day goes along, I'll think of something else. Go, oh, yeah, you remember that? That was so big. There were so many huge moments in this game. We talked about the Xavion Moore, the sack where the ball flutters up in the air, and the North Little Rock defensive lineman, who says linemen don't have good hands. Right. He pulls in the interception. Let's go down the field. Right now we got Jamie Mitchell.
Definitely a stressful way to end that one, but you guys are able to pull it out. A state title for your program. Just what does it mean for you in this program?
There's no way to describe that. There's no money that can buy that. It's an experience unlike anything else, you know. And our guys, you know, down 14-0, down 1 at half, just continue to find a way to fight and battle. What a second half, you know. We just dominated the running game, dominated the line of scrimmage, and, that's all you could ever ask for.
Like you mentioned, down 14-0 early. How are you guys able to respond and come back and get the W?
I'm not sure. I wished I had that answer. So much credit to our kids and our staff, you know. Our guys, just did a fantastic job, man.
All right, I'll let you go get the trophy. I know you want to celebrate. Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate it. Wes, let's go back to you upstairs.
There, the Charging Wildcats getting ready to get their trophy. Bentonville is getting their runner-up trophy right now. That's always difficult to do, but I think it's even more difficult after the way this game finished. The heart we saw the Tigers to come back down 2 touchdowns, to score a touchdown, get the onside kick, and they thought they were going to have a chance to throw it into the end zone and maybe tie this thing up.
Well, if they did let them score down here, what a great call that was.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended up getting them right back in the game. They get the onside kick. Hey, let's give a shout-out to the Hughes kid. The backup quarterback came in, didn't miss a beat, made some good throws in both of those possessions. And Bentonville's a fighter now, and a good football program. They've been here before. They know what this is about, and they'll be back. So
no doubt.
Jody Grant will have these guys ready to go again. So they're not going away.
Well, you got the Hughes kid to deal with next year, coach of Fayetteville, and then also we know a lot about Crawford. Crawford, 150 yards rushing. As North Little Rock, let's take a look at the Charging Wildcats celebrating on the field. They get the state championship. Crawford, 150 yards rushing, and Crawford also had 86 yards receiving, 236 total yards on the day for the sophomore running back.
Yeah, what a great day he had. And, he's filling in for Easton Miller, which had a great year. And to have Crawford come in and show out in a big stage, they're going to be very have some depth at the running back position with Crawford, no question.
North Little Rock Charging Wildcats also have a sophomore running back, and I tell you what, and I think they're building something, Coach James, to where it's not just a one-year deal for North Little Rock or a once every good class type deal. It's a team that you guys are going to have to match
we got
up
work
against.
cut out. They're doing it the right way. There's no doubt in my mind, and Jamie Mitchell's built a really good program here, and it's been built on a great foundation, and I'm proud of what they've been able to do and accomplish. And he has a great coaching staff, and his players have really bought into his system, and that's what it's all about.
When you look at the final stats, the sophomore Brandon Thomas, 199 yards rushing. He had 2 touchdowns. Tyler Day had a touchdown, 45 yards rushing. Oscar Attaway, he'll be back. Attaway, 91 yards rushing and a touchdown. And David Chappell, the quarterback, he also had a touchdown. 7 carries, 38 yards in all. North Little Rock rushed for 383 yards.
Wow. Yeah. 383 yards. Bentonville ended up rushing for, 150, 200?
189.
189. I mean, not many high school games you see anymore, Buck. You get 450 or 500 rushing yards.
Yeah, I think it's a tale of maybe the tide is turning a little bit, back to a run-type offense, and I think, you do what your kids can do, and I think that's what Jamie Mitchell has done. I think that's what Jody Grant does. Yes. They tailor their offenses to their kids, and, that's what great coaches do.
Well, I don't think there was any doubt or any question in anybody's mind that Jamie was taking what Coach Bolding had done and was just going to keep on rolling and get proof of it today.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll try to catch up with some more of the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. It's the Centennial Bank State Championship game post-game show.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action, you know.
And customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience more than what any customer expects. And it's nice.
Are your devices playing tug of war with limited bandwidth, competing for an uninterrupted flow of video, music, games, Snapchats, and online shopping? Get more bandwidth, more capacity to cover all of your devices. How many people use internet in your home? How much capacity do you really need? Fidelity Communications Bandwidth Analyzer can tell you. Go to fidelitycommunications.com, click the Internet tab, and get started. Stop the tug of war. Get Fidelity.
Pretend this watermelon represents your total internet bandwidth. Is there enough here for everyone in your household? Let's find out. 2 teenagers connect their phones to Snapchat and stream videos. Mom and Dad have phones connected too, plus a laptop computer. They all enjoy watching Netflix movies, sometimes while using these other devices. Oh, and did we mention the daily online gaming sessions? That's a big chunk. Sorry, all gone. Do you need more bandwidth? Try Fidelity's Bandwidth Analyzer to find out. Visit fidelitycommunications.com and click Internet to get started. Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
Back at it, the postgame show for the 7A state championship where the Charging Wildcats win their state title. Ben Creighton joins us down on the field with sophomore running back Brandon Thomas.
And what is going through your mind right now?
I don't know what to say, man. I'm just so happy for us, man. We worked hard all year just to get this, man. I'm happy. I don't know what to think.
I know it's got to be overwhelming for you, but just what does it mean to you to bring a state championship back to North Little Rock?
It means a lot. This is a very special moment. I'm a sophomore. I got 3 more years of this. I wanted to really work hard to get this for our seniors that last year. I really wanted to work hard.
You guys were down 14-0, a bad start. Bentonville got out to that hot start, like I mentioned. How are you guys able to respond and get back in this game and ultimately get the W?
We didn't let that get to us. We just kept pushing, worked hard, kept pushing. We really didn't let it get to us. We've been in a situation like this before, so we know how to work around it and keep going.
What does it mean to win player of the game?
That means a lot to win. I'm so happy to win that. I didn't think I'd make it this far, but this is very special to me.
And one final thing, I know you guys fell in the championship game last year. How much did you guys talk about that this week, knowing, hey, we can put up a better performance than we did last year?
We really put that in the past and focused on the next game. We didn't let that get to us. We made it back, so we had to work harder just to win and keep going. We didn't really let it get to us.
I know you want to go celebrate. Congratulations again, Brandon. Really appreciate it. Wes, let's go back to you upstairs.
Great stuff from Brandon Thomas. Thank you, Ben.
I know, it's all good, man.
Hey, Ben, let me tell you a little something. I interviewed David Chappell on Monday, and he was a great kid, great young man. He talked about their off-season workouts. I would love to hear from him. If you can find number 17, try to find
Trying to find David Chappell, so I'll try to find him again. I'll let you know if I find him.
All right, sweet, Ben. I'll be your eye in the sky and see if we can see number 17 before he walks off. But great young man, and it was good to get to talk with him on Monday. That's one of the good things. You get to know these guys. You've been here before. On Mondays, they bring all the coaches and a couple of representatives up here to War Memorial Stadium to meet with the media and to talk with the Tigers and the Charging Wildcats. You could tell, for Bentonville what it meant to get here, because this senior class, they would have been the first one in years not to make it to War Memorial Stadium. And they said that they didn't want to be that group. And that's what they fought for and worked for all year long. We're looking at some of the highlights. And, guys, when it was 14-0 Bentonville early, I didn't think it looked good for North Little Rock. They had the ball twice, and they went 3 and out, and zero offense basically for the Charging Wildcats. But that third drive, that changed the game.
Well, Bentonville.
Okay, hold that thought. We'll talk about that in just a second. David Chappell is with Ben Creighton now, the quarterback of the Charging Wildcats.
David, what's going through your mind right now?
I mean, it feels kind of unreal. It's like an unreal feeling. Like, happy isn't even a word right now. Like, I could cry, really, for real.
I mean, what does it mean to finally bring a title back to North Little Rock?
Man, to the community, it means the world because it's never happened. And it means a lot to me for being a one-year starter, just growing throughout the season. And it means a lot to these players, especially the young ones who really didn't understand it, but the seniors. We had Coach Mitchell while we was a sophomore. That was his first year. We started 0-4. And to think about it, we made it this far. Our senior year made it. And, man, it's just unbelievable.
You guys were here last year, falling to Fayetteville. How much motivation did you guys gain from that loss last year? And how much did you guys talk about that title game last year leading up to today?
We talk about it really like every day. We hear it every day. Like really. All in the hallways, in the classrooms, we hear it every day. Even on the streets, even if you go into grocery stores, you can hear people saying, like, North Little Rock, they're undefeated, but we don't know. They might choke like they did last year. And it feels great to just prove them wrong once again.
You guys were down 14-0 early on. Bentonville had that early lead. How are you guys able to respond from that early deficit and ultimately come out and get the W?
Our defense and that punt that was fumbled in the end zone, which caused the safety. That sparked the whole thing. They gave us a whole bunch of momentum, and we were just great throughout the rest of the game.
My goodness, Brandon Thomas, man. I mean, these last few weeks, I got to see him in that Bryan game, run all over them. No offense, Buck. But just talk about him. I mean, he's just a monster, and only being a sophomore.
I'll tell you this right now. Brandon, if his grades, if his GPA and his ACT score are right, he will be a Division I player from North Little Rock. He will be another Division I running back for North Little Rock. He's only a sophomore, breaking 3, 4, 5 tackles. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way this man's worked. And we didn't even think he would. Just coming off from being a freshman, we watched him play a couple of times. We like, nah, he's just a little sophomore. And some of the seniors thought, like, he's not better than me. He's not going to take my spot. But, man, that boy is strong. He's fast. He just gets it done.
I know you want to get in the locker room, man. I know you're pumped. Congratulations, David. Really appreciate it. Wes, back to you.
Great job, Ben. Buck James wants to see you up here, Ben.
Sorry, Buck. I know.
It's been hard enough being as it is, so I appreciate that, man.
What a well-spoken young man, David Chappell, the quarterback. We're going to wrap things up when we come back. North Little Rock, your 7A state champions.
Now my daughter plays a recorder, and we have to video her and then post that to her teacher as part of her homework.
My kids have to have it. She's only in 4th grade. My other one's in high school, so of course she needs it. But
I have so many siblings, and my nephews and my mother are there, and I can't be there. We can FaceTime, and I get to see all of them, and we get to talk, and it just makes it that much better for my mom.
You have to have the internet to do just about anything. It's like a necessity. You have to have it.
Fidelity Communications provides access to exclusive original content produced by our regional Local 6 production teams that features members of your community. And we want to remind you that your ideas count. So take action. Help us discover what makes your community unique. Let us know what you want to see on your Local 6. Visit our website, fidelitylocal6.com, and find the contact info for the production manager in your region. Help us make local television the best it can be by being a part of it.
Being local, being part of the town is what really sets us apart.
So it's just nice that we kind of take action.
The customer service really is asking questions and finding out what the customer's need is.
Thank you for being connected with Fidelity. How many devices will you be running in your home?
This whole company, like technicians, everybody that I've worked with, they go above and beyond to give a good customer experience, more than what any customer expects.
I firmly believe in doing the best that we can for our customers.
Just so you know, there's no data caps, no overage fees, so you can be on it 24/7.
One day I had 5 compliments in a row for technicians, and I think it's a big deal for customers to take time out of their day just to call and let us know that they went above and beyond for them.
You know, within Fidelity, teamwork is gigantic. We couldn't be anything without teamwork. We work together.
This game was over 3 hours long. This was a long time ago. It was 14-7 in Bentonville. The snap is over the punter's head. Bentonville recovers. It's a safety, 14-9, but that was a big play right there, momentum-wise.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think probably the play of the game, really. It gave them some momentum, and they came out and started running the football and being effective with it, and definitely the turning point of the football game.
Brandon Thomas scores to make it 16-14 North Little Rock. Bentonville comes back. They kicked a field goal, took the lead. Oscar Attaway with the touchdown, and there's Preston Crawford with the touchdown reception, 35 yards. And here we go, back and forth, back and forth. David Chappell had a 1-yard touchdown run, but there's Preston Crawford again. It's 37-30. North Little Rock comes back with maybe the biggest offensive play of the game. Aaron Griffin, 68 yards from David Chappell, and that gave North Little Rock a 37-30 lead after it was tied at 30. Then Tyler Day gives them the 2-touchdown lead, 44-30. But you know what? Hold on. Here comes Bentonville. They drive down the field. Well, that was the big defensive play. The defensive play of the game, Xavion Moore, and then Tyler Day with the touchdown run makes it a 2-touchdown game. Tyler Johnson would make it a 1-possession game, and there's the last play of the game. 2 seconds left. Bentonville tries to snap it, down it, clock it with 1 second, get one final play. They time ran off, and game over. North Little Rock wins.
Well, what a great game. You know, I think it was 2 very good offenses. The defenses did enough to hang in there, had some big turnovers. 2 great programs in our state. North Little Rock is very excited about getting their first one. What a great day.
If you would like to order your copy of this classic, Buck James called it an instant classic, and it will be. You can order your videos online at fidelitylocal6.com. Guys, your final thought. I'm worn out, so I feel like my brain's just a little mush. Your final thoughts.
Just a fun football game. I think probably one of the best state football games I've ever seen.
Coach?
Wes, enjoyed it. Enjoyed being with you and Buck.
You were awesome. You really were.
Yeah. Appreciate you having us.
I know both of you want to be down there on the field coaching in this game, but I loved having you up here in the booth. You were both fantastic. It was a great 3 hours spending it with you. Hopefully next year we'll be talking to you from the sideline.
That'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Good luck to you. Hey, we got another game tonight. PA McClellan, the 5A state championship game. Starts at 6:30, but join us at 6 o'clock for the pregame show. Jim Withrow, the head coach of Sylvan Hills. Eric Koyu, head coach at Little Rock Christian, will join me in the booth. A couple of guys that know these 5A Central teams. It's a rematch from earlier in the year and a rematch of the 2015 state championship game. Thank you for watching. We will see you tonight at 6 o'clock.